Well, hello there. Oh my god, I'm doing it already.
Well, hello there.
We are live with some more Curse of Strahd. We're just waiting on Emilia and Zedriel. Zedriel is streaming. She will be joining us momentarily, I believe. And joining us in the chat as well. But we're just hanging out, chatting in the scat chat. Words are hard. Words are hard.
Wow.
But anywho, we'll just get past that quickly. We are episode 46 tonight of our Curse of Strahd campaign. It's going very, very well. No one's died yet. I think we had one session where everybody got extremely close. And Yanti is ready with 11. Welcome, Raiders. Howdy doody, peoples. We are ready to do some D&D. She's coming. Thanks to Mortem. What's up, buddy? Right, so we are today. Oh, look, there she is. Right, everyone in chat, we got to get ready to sing Happy Birthday because it's Yanti's birthday today.
I'm not fucking singing. Hell yeah.
I'm not singing either, but it's all good. I just sort of say it.
The Marilyn Monroe way, though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Come on, Cam.
Happy birthday.
You're the bard in the group.
Mr. President. I mean, Yanti.
Call me Mr. President, bitch.
Oh, jeez.
I like the Happy Birthday, Lisa. Happy birthday, Lisa. Yanti, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Yanti. Then you gotta pretend like you're Stevie Jones or Stevie Wonder. What is it? Stevie Jones? Stevie Wonder.
Jones. Who the fuck's Stevie Jones?
I meant Stevie Wonder, you know. Happy birthday, Yanti. See the piano or something.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Get your flute. Your late.
Oh, yeah.
Where's your recorder, bro?
I wish I knew how to play Happy Birthday on the flute.
No, don't.
I prefer the Bart Simpson prelude to that song where it's Lisa, your teeth are big and green. Lisa, you smell like gasoline. It's just before that dude
That's
sings
great.
the song. I'm like, yeah, no.
That's awesome.
It's so good.
Feel the
So-
love.
Feel the love.
I didn't say
But,
Yanti.
So Yanti is 1 year younger. I mean older.
Hey, for she's a jolly good fellow, for she's a jolly good fellow, for
Thank you,
she's a
guys.
jolly good fellow.
Only thing is, Trash is still the oldest, so it doesn't matter.
Well, watch me get muted, that's right.
Right, so when Drax is ready, we'll get into the recap.
Damn it.
But no, he can only he can unmute himself. If he gets anyone, there's this thing, anyone can mute somebody, but they can't unmute somebody. Weird. But yeah, so obviously Sunday night Vampire Masquerade went very, very well. We had another great evening of roleplay and lots of fun there to be had. Tonight is episode 46 of the Curse of the Strahd. More darkness to be had in this channel on a Wednesday night. Friday back on Yanti's channel for Stormlord's Wrath. And then, of course, back Sunday for VTM. I have all the players' characters are now virtually ready for the mini-adventure. I just have some Photoshop work to do on the Hero Forge characters to do the tokens and whatnot. Final bits and pieces on just a few journals to finish in Foundry. And then we'll be ready to go. So as soon as I'm got everything organized, I will give you guys a date. It will be on a Sunday night, the start of it. It will be in the place of VTM, so we will take a break from VTM for 2 or 3 weeks while we run this mini adventure. So that all the players will get the date, which will probably be in 2 or 3 weeks time, because that is when Nutty is available to do her part in the first session, because she is playing an NPC in the first session, and Mr. Roast and Chicken, Mr. Addock, will also be playing an NPC in the first session as well. So we'll make sure that everyone's available. So I'll get out dates, make sure everyone's available for it, but hopefully we shouldn't have too many hassles The sessions will run the same time roughly as what we're doing, 7:30 till 10:30. We'll cut off at 10:30 at the absolute latest. I'll try and finish around 10ish so we can get the favourite moments and go from there. And I'm expecting two to four sessions, maybe, depending on RP and the encounters, because it is a little bit of a dungeon crawl. And there will be a few encounters, so it should be cool.
Gives me time to wreck everything in Vampire the Masquerade, so when you guys come back to Vamp, there's so much more going on.
Exactly. exactly. What we like, to have things going on.
I will say this. Guys are doing really well in Vampire the Masquerade.
That's good. And the good thing about that is we don't feel like we're doing very well, so it's good that we are doing very well.
you can take whatever meaning you want from that. But all the messages I get in Discord and whatnot, people are onto a lot more things than what they think they are.
I think most of us are just sort of fucking floundering and hoping we're on the right track.
I know that's not me because I don't message him that shit. Look, I must be lost.
Yeah, JJ, you'll be good, buddy. You'll be good. No need to be nervous at all. We've got some experienced players in the group that will help you along.
It's okay, JJ. They'll just kill you once and it's all good.
No, we reserved that for trash, JJ. So you're fine.
Yeah, I'm stepping out of my comfort zone. I'm playing a girl.
I do believe that is Nutty's job.
Yes.
She's the one that gets murdered.
Yes, it is indeed.
True.
Indeed. You are correct. Makes veggies for the first time in ages and ends up choking on your potato. Well done, Drax. You're not supposed to choke on the potato.
Change my diet, they say. It'll be fun, they say. Fuck you guys.
Maybe you should chew your food before you try to swallow it. Just saying.
He prefers 2 whole potatoes at once.
What? Good way to eat them.
All right, so is everyone, are we ready, players, to get back and get into game mode, get into character, and start our session for this evening? Channel your inner character. So, players and viewers, last we left off, you would continue your search in the abandoned Argynvost Manor. Moving through the dusty, broken rooms, you happened upon a wine cellar. Barrels of long fermented and rotten wine, stench of vinegar hangs thick in the air. Also, hiding in the corner of this room, injured, is a dusk elf by the name of Savit. A bit of interrogation, kind of, goes backwards and forwards, but eventually he informs you that he was searching for a missing girl and was attacked and found his way here to try and recover or hide from his attackers. He also sheds some light on the Order of the Silver Dragon, telling you that Argynvost was indeed a Silver Dragon himself, and that the Order of the Silver Dragon stood against Strahd many centuries ago, but were defeated, and not much more than that. As you move further through the broken halls and broken rooms, you find yourselves in a large dining room that had double doors leading off into a large chapel of sorts. In the chapel, sort of thick mist sort of hung in the air as it leaked in through a broken window. However, you weren't alone in this chapel. 3 figures kneeling before the altar then moved quickly and entered into a combat situation. They were brutal and fierce, but you managed to defeat them, not taking too much damage. There was a little bit of damage shed around, but you managed to defeat them without too many hassles. Zadriel, realizing with her teaching as a paladin that these were more than likely revenants, sworn to vengeance, and possibly linked to the Argynvost Manor somehow. After that, you decided to continue searching through this old mansion. You discovered a barred door, which led out into a small graveyard. finding several of the graves empty, seemingly disturbed not by outside means. Adok, believing that these creatures may be from the graves, you had a bit of discussion about that, but then you noticed in the fog in the distance a small mausoleum, which you all eventually entered. Discovered a scrawling script on one of the walls that unfortunately none of you were able to read. As you entered back into the mansion, Emilia, being the last to climb the stone stairs, notices movement out of the corner of her eye, and she looks up. A shadowy figure standing in a window in one of the upper floors moves, pulls a curtain and obscures himself, disappears. Then Emilia joins the rest of you in the halls once more. As the day starts to draw to a close, we now rejoin our heroes, still inside Argynvost mansion. And you were still milling around trying to figure out what to do. Fibblestib and Zadriel in the dining hall. Emilia, Karnos and Adok still in the chapel after returning from outside. It is now over to you, players.
Yeah, so Graveyard was a bust. So we still think it's probably a good idea to explore the rest of the downstairs area before we head up.
Yeah, I think so. That's what you had in mind, wasn't it, Zadriel?
I am, yes, because we found a dusk elf in the other room, so maybe there are no.
Yeah, look, I have to be honest. I feel like something's a bit fishy about that fella. Just saying that if we do find another one that's here, you know, I mean, like he had a bit of information about the outside world and drow and stuff, and that means he works for Strahd. So, just I don't know. I guess I just want to stick up for Karnos, really. What he was doing before. I know you all thought it was a bit much, but
Or you're just being paranoid.
The wants everyone to touch his sword tip, we're not going to make friends that way.
look, I'm gonna say something, Skathus. I've been here for a while, yeah. My paranoia, or whatever you want to call it, has kept me alive a lot longer than what you've been here for. So, something in that.
I think he's right. I wasn't paranoid, and I don't think I still am, but we have to be cautious. We don't want to run headlong into death.
I think you guys should go upstairs. Go upstairs first. I'll wait here.
Why is that?
No reason.
Emilia, what are you trying to say?
Can I do
There's something
insight?
upstairs.
We have to go as a team, or not at all?
Isn't the tower
Why-
thingy light thingy upstairs anyway?
Why do you want to roll insight, skaters? What's the reason? You can't just say you want to roll insight. You need to have a reason to roll insight.
Just the fact that Emilia said we want to go upstairs. Why do we want to go upstairs?
Ask Emilia. Probe her a little
why-
further.
Why do we want to go upstairs, Emilia?
I thought the thing said that the light was at the top or something, didn't it? The ghost dragon or whatever it was.
There's no reason to wait down here. We need healing if we find anything.
Okay, look. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Here we
I'm
go.
gonna have to-
Right, this ought to be good.
You mean you
Yeah.
haven't been?
Yeah, I'm with them.
Emilia just went. Emilia just disappeared outside again.
Yep, see ya.
There's something going on with her, Zadriel. Fibble, do you have a collar or a chain?
Don't we have manacles or
Don't
something?
Don't we actually have a chain for
I,
her?
I
You do
believe
have
Emilia has-
manacles and a chain, but Emilia has them.
You know what? I kind of think if she wants to go off by her own in this castle with what was just faced before, she's probably gonna get herself killed. That's on her.
Yeah, Doc, do you remember the last time we let her go off alone and she led a whole bunch of, she said vampires spawn chasing after her?
Yeah, but we didn't really see
Yeah,
them,
yeah.
did we?
Well, we can probably see these, so...
Look, I'm just saying. I'm getting to the point where if she wants to keep running off, if anyone does, screw them.
Should we try these doors in this dining room?
Yes, that sounds sensible.
There are two.
So no one's going after Emilia.
Mm,
I am not.
Okay, cool. Emilia, what are you doing outside?
Contemplating.
Contemplating. So you're gonna stay there for the time being?
Yeah, a couple minutes.
Okay. While you contemplate, we'll deal with what these other guys are gonna do. So, which particular door are you heading for? You got a couple of options here. You've got this door here, and this one here.
I would think that this door here would lead back to that main entrance area. So, probably want to go through that one because we don't know what's on the other side of that, but we've got a rough idea what's on the other side of the other one. Roughly.
It's a fair assumption. Just the layout of the room would suggest that would lead back towards the front of the house.
So what do you reckon? Skathus, go open the door because you're being designated the door opener of this place.
So Skathus, as you open this door, what you initially see is just rubble. I'm going to move this up a little bit. I mean, you guys can move your map around, see what you see, or depending on what position you're in. But for those at home, this is what Skathus is looking at. It is just the house itself is crumbled away. It looks like it might have been attacked maybe by Catapult or Trebuchet or something, but the house is virtually destroyed on this side. There's rubble strewn without, partial collapse of rooms above. There's sort of a pinkish marble floor, fallen chandeliers, other furnishing, but is from wall to wall and on the floors, the fireplace, several large thick spiderwebs are just covering this entire area. Skathus, roll a perception check for me, please.
I'll be back in a sec, guys.
Or not.
You won't be rolling much.
Okay. Who else is in the doorway?
I'll go up to it.
I can give it a look.
I'll do a perception.
Yeah, so we'll get Zadriel and Fibble to make a perception check as you guys will be closest.
Ooh, at 2021.
Even with a 12, yeah. Even with
I'll actually go through the doorway so I can
Okay.
see more anyway.
Cool. So you push past Skathus. He sort of seems to be hesitating. Zadriel, you have a quick peek around the corner, and yeah, there's webs everywhere. I mean, when I say everywhere, you got webs that are hanging from the fireplace in this position here. There's webbing all over, pretty much everywhere around this area. And Zadriel, you were the first to notice the movement coming from this general area. Some of the debris itself moves.
People, get back in here, you could be a snack.
And then Fibble, because as you were moving in that particular area before you moved back, you saw movement also.
Yeah, I think we need to burn it with fire.
No, just leave it alone. Shut the door.
Sorry about that.
Shut the door on Skathus.
You then hear it.
Ooh, shut the door.
As you shut the door, you hear it, and it's not as small as that sound makes it out. You hear rather heavy footfalls, and a lot of them. And as you shut the door, thump against the door, and the door shakes and dust falls from the door as something has thrown itself against the door.
Someone get that thing of wood that covered the graveyard door and put it on this door, maybe. Maybe? No?
The door rattles again. This time you hear the door creak under the weight of whatever's behind it. What are you guys doing?
Those chairs there, is there any of them that are intact?
Some of them are intact, but they, looking at them, they're pretty flimsy. They're not the greatest of chairs. They're not heavy at all.
The doors open outwards, don't they?
Yes, they do. They open into the room.
Okay.
Carlos steps in front of the doors and says, "Well, whatever you're going to do, I'll just stand here because it's like a bottleneck, right?"
But the statue? Can we move the statue though?
So you could attempt to. We'd have to make. It'd be a strength check.
Okay. Do a strength check. 18.
18. It's not bad. It
Give her
moves,
a hand.
but it's heavy. Like this thing is. Its pedestal is not attached to the floor, luckily, but it's heavy. You're not going to be able to move it on your own, but it does move.
I'll help.
And as will I.
Carnus, as you move away from the door, it's thud against the door again, and you hear the creaking of timber as the first crack starts to appear in the door. So you're all gonna, all three of you gonna try?
I touch the door and cast mending.
Yeah, I was going to say, Adam.
You do the same as well? You start mending the small cracks as they appear. Both Fibblesib and Adok in front of the door. The rest of you now starting to move. I'll need a collective strength check from you all, please. Just from the three moving the statue.
Use my... I got a thing from earlier in chat. I think it was advantage.
You did get a luck, I believe it was.
Is that or D10 or something?
It's a luck, so that is that's a reroll.
Okay, I'll try again because I got a 12.
18 for Carnos,
Okay,
17
I
for
got a 9.
Skathus, 9. So Zadriel's a little low.
17 for me.
Yeah, I got yours. Zadriel, yours is a little low, but with the three of you managed to move it and sort of drag it closer to the door. So you're about here. We're going to need one more strength check to get it in front of the door. As again, the cracks start to get bigger. You're mending the crack. The sort of sounds like there's a lot, something big throwing itself against the door.
11.
11, 17, 11. Good enough to move, sort of drag concrete on concrete as you're dragging this thing, and you manage to move it and push it over, and it flops down and leans up against the door as Fibble and Adok move out of the way, seeing it coming. And it's big enough to roll up against the door. You probably have to give it a bit of a push, but all of you together would definitely be able to do so. The thudding can still be heard from the other side, but the cracking of wood seems to have subsided as the weight of the statue is sufficient to brace the doors and stop them from being pushed back inwards on themselves. But you can still hear the sounds of whatever's out there. And experience, you guys have fought giant spiders before. Experience sort of tells you that that's possibly what it was. Some form of giant insect had obviously made its home in the ruined portion of this mansion. But crisis averted, it seems. No initiative is needed. You may continue your exploration. The sun is starting to set, however, as you notice, as you sort of step back. Now, where the statue was, looking out the windows here, you can see that the light of the day is starting to fade.
Do you want to get Emilia and rest, or?
Looks like we're going to be staying here, so
Maybe we find a safe room.
So
What about that crypt outside? That only had one door, didn't it? Or did it? I don't know. I didn't go in. I only saw the door that you
only
guys
had
went
one
in.
door, but we could always use the wine cellar.
There's a wine cellar?
not really a
Yes,
cellar, it's a
it's
room.
very fermented, but
We'll just switch
Oh,
over
the
to
vinegar
Emilia.
place.
We'll just
Ah,
switch over to Emilia for a second. So Emilia, you've returned back to the house. You would have heard the moving of the statue. You probably would have heard the creaking and cracking of the door from where you were. You would not have heard the skittering of large insect or arachnid feet, but you definitely would have heard something was going on.
Yeah, I'll re-enter the chapel, sort of looking around, seeing them through there.
Yep.
Just sort of.
You see, they would have been frantically moving around, and you would have seen them probably drag the statue off and drop it in front of the door from your position.
I'm just sort of gonna stay here behind this post.
Okay. So the rest of you discussing where to spend the evening, knowing you probably got no choice but to spend the night in this old house.
isn't there a place with beds? Maybe we could. I know they're not good, but
Well,
put
I
it.
believe the windows were broken, were they not?
Oh. Mhm.
There were a couple. If you're talking about the two circular rooms or the circular room you found, like a servant's quarters, yeah, there was a couple of broken windows in that room.
how long have we got? I mean, those things that we faced, what do you call them? Revenant or something? In the church.
The ghosty dudes, yeah.
Yeah. Do they stay dead or they?
I don't know. I'm not a revenant expert.
I'm just.
From memory, what you rolled on that, Zadriel, all you know about revenants is that if they seek vengeance, they will stop at nothing to seek it. Essentially what a revenant is a spirit that's possessed a body, and then once that body is destroyed, the spirit is released, and then it will seek another body to possess, so that it will generally continue until its vengeance cycle is complete.
It will look for us. I show him my shield with the time on it. We could quickly find a place. Maybe take a watches or something. Set a trap.
It's getting dark, but we are within a building. We could also utilize the next hour or so to still search before we rest if you all keen.
Yep, we might be able to find, something upstairs that might help us a bit more.
Yeah, looking at your shield, Zadriel, yeah, you've got about maybe an hour and a half of daylight left. I mean, some of you still have, you still got your light up. You've still got the sun sword out, lit.
Ah, yes, I do.
So you still have some light left. Oh God. Jesus Christ.
We had to know that you'll do it eventually.
Dude, someone clip that. That was great.
Emilia, the remnants are gonna come looking for you. We are going upstairs to find a room. Join us up there.
It's not for what you think.
I mean, maybe it might be my paranoia or something, as one of you might put it. But I'm also curious that if we stay in here overnight, I mean, we don't know if these things are going to move or what's here. Maybe we should try and figure out what else is in here before we lay up somewhere.
So the one thing you do know, Adok, and the rest of you, this is a big house. It's not really a house. It's more like a manor home or even a small keep. This is the ground floor of several floors. So you know you have at least 2 floors above you, and probably a roof section from what you could see from the outside as you approached. So there's a lot to search here. It's gonna take you hours to search the entirety of this home.
How about the first room with no broken windows and lots of things to barricade the door? We pick that. Huh?
Don't go
Wait a
upstairs.
minute.
People up there.
The chapel.
You're very quiet, Drax. I don't think many people can hear you properly.
Oh, that's good. They shouldn't hear that.
The chapel that only had one door that was.
Broken windows.
Was there broken windows?
There was a
Yeah.
one of the large stained windows was busted out, which is why the chapel was full of mist, which was seeping in from the outside.
Dadriel's going to open this door, the door that is unopened, and head back to the main
Okay.
place because time is of the essence, and so I'm going to go
So
in.
you are able to do so, and it does indeed lead you back into the main entrance chamber. Large stairwell leading upwards. Do the rest of you follow?
Yes.
Emilia, do you
I guess
follow?
we got to go upstairs.
Yeah, I'll follow them. I'm going to be slow off the mark, but eventually I'll follow.
Eventually, no worries. Adok is a little slow. Just before you head up, guys, make sure we'll wait till everyone gets to where they're going to be, where they want to be. Adok, what are you doing? You following?
Kind of lost where they went, but yes.
They went into the main chamber, back into the main chamber through that door there.
Go down.
Yeah, through there.
Have we been in here before?
Yes, you have. That was the main entrance.
Oh, okay. All right. New door. Right.
Yeah, just a different door. As you pass through,
Navigation check.
Emilia sort of hangs at the doorway, but as the rest of you pass through, you notice two other double doors leading back, same direction that the large spiders potentially were. The doors looked intact. Haven't heard anything more since you barricaded the door, that the thumping stopped after a short time. You get the impression that maybe just entering into that room may have disturbed them. Maybe that's their area. Doesn't seem like they're going to pursue you. Eventually, Emilia does wander in slowly. She doesn't seem in too much of a hurry to follow you guys. Eventually, she makes her way around the corner, joining the rest of you.
Adok's just gonna take a look over at Emilia walking in. So you notice anything kind of weird going on about her?
Roll perception.
Okay.
Everyone can roll perception.
Yeah, because I've been watching her.
Yeah.
Demortem just gave you.
Got an inspiration, Demortem, from Demortem.
2, that one.
A natural 1 for
I wanna go
Yanti.
upstairs.
You have an inspiration. Just hold up before you go upstairs. We'll get through this
I
first.
got a lovely 8.
8. So
16.
16. Skathus is the only one that would probably notice. She looks very lethargic. Very pale, like she's been getting paler and paler by the day. Skin extremely pale compared to what it used to be. You can visibly see her sharpened eye teeth now are more visible now than it ever has been as well. But she just seems like she's tired and just lethargic at this point.
Only
Emilia,
Skathus sees this, right?
Only Skathus, yeah. No one else got high enough.
Okay.
Emily, you need to keep up. You're going to get attacked on your own if you don't keep up with the group.
I lean into Karnos. She's not looking good, Karnos.
And I think back to when was the last time I fed her? Was it the prior day or was it this day?
Would have been this. She would have had something from the previous evening from you, enough to possibly get her through this day, but that would have been about it.
It's half the day sleeping, so
Yeah,
a whole horse ride she's asleep.
pretty much.
Does anyone, Emilia, do you require some nourishment of my blood type kind?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? You know you're hungry or you're not hungry.
At this point, Emilia, you're always hungry.
I'm always hungry.
Yeah. The thirst is just forever present now. You're not getting enough from Karnos to actually sate it. It's enough to keep you going, but it's never enough to actually sate the thirst. And that's just gnawing at you. It's on the edge all the time.
I'm always hungry. Sorry.
Does everyone want, maybe, do we find the next room that's safe and I stop and give Emilia some food?
We've got an hour to find a room or something, didn't you say? I was sort of overhearing it from the other room. I can wait an hour.
Alright, just be careful and try and stick with us.
Right. So with that, as a group, if you wish, you can proceed up the stairs to the second floor.
Yeah, as a group.
So you should be able to walk up those stairs, guys, and whichever direction you go, you should be teleported to the next scene.
Oh my god, it's magic.
And I will switch the scene for the viewers at home. Fibbleston is stuck. Or is he loading?
No, I need everyone else to get the fuck out of the way.
You might have to move. He may not be able to make it through. So when you guys get onto the next floor, just move away from the stairwell. You might have to go back and onto it. There you go. There we go. So,
just before we go any further, guys, I may have been hallucinating, but I'm pretty sure I saw somebody in the window when we were in the courtyard.
Is that why you wanted us to go up, Emilia?
That's why I went back outside again, because I wasn't sure if I was seen or not.
Emilia, just if I may, any sort of thing like this happens in the future, immediately let us know, yeah? Just, that's all I'm going to say, just immediately. But, moving on, do we know...
I'm going to make a quick change here for you guys, because you should be able to see more than that. There we go.
Do you remember what they may have looked like?
Big hairy dude?
Big, hairy.
Do I know anything more than that? More than having a big beard?
Human-ish? Did they glow or look see-through or anything?
Like a big dude with a big beard? Right.
And from your position, Emilia, it looked like it was in probably the next story up, not on this floor. It was high up in the highest, one of the highest windows.
Pretty sure it's one of the higher levels than what we are on. But I don't think we're alone. But I could be wrong.
Where is Karnos and skathus?
They're all there.
The only person I can't see is Emilia.
Well,
I'm below that drill.
so should we maybe...
Emilia is there, so you're standing. She's standing right next to you, skathus.
I'm not seeing it.
I'll go downstairs again.
Refresh. Do a reload if you're having problems seeing people.
Should we maybe then, head on to the next level before we, if there is someone here? Or maybe it's another one of those things. Did it look like one of those things in a chapel?
Look,
Skathus, do you have dark vision?
I do.
60 feet?
Yep.
So, may have discovered what the problem is. Who else has dark vision?
I can see. I just had to reload, like you said.
Yeah, I can see fine.
You can see
I
fine?
see fine as well.
Yep.
Yeah, I did a reload, it worked.
Yep. Cool. So,
Alright. Which way, people?
what you can see from where you currently are is obviously you have a hallway leading directly to your north. See, down here is a spiral staircase which looks like it ascends upwards. Down this area here, you see the hallway curves around to the right, and there's a heavy sort of red velvet curtain. Again, moth-eaten and tattered, and dusty, but that's essentially what you see currently before you. You can see that there is a doorway about there. What are you going to do? And there. Trash. Well done.
Well,
I forgot about that door.
Skathus.
Do we want to check that door out?
Don't know. I feel like single doors are safer than double doors.
Okay, single door it is.
Maybe, we should, I don't know, like prep a, so get ready for attack or something, if there is something inside. The moment he opens the door. I don't, Carlos, is that what you do in this situation?
Fighters on either side?
I think when he opens the door, we should all be standing as far back from the door as we possibly can.
Which door?
Whatever door he is opening.
Definitely noted. All right.
We've been doing that anyway, so...
Big one, skathus.
So where does Skathus go? He heads straight down the hallway to the single door. Does everyone follow him?
Carnos stays around the corner.
The Carnos.
Someone stays with Carnos.
you can probably see a little bit more. You know that hallway continues around more to the left as well. It definitely continues around. So is that where everyone's going to stay while we open this door?
I'll go there.
You'll go there? So put yourselves where you'll be when the door is opened.
I'm going to be here because I think this is a good spot to see whatever happens to Skathus happen.
The one thing you guys know, Fibbleston and Emilia, as you all would have noticed as you come up the stairs, you're now looking down over the main entrance of the floor below. All this area down the bottom here is it's open into the previous floor. So Skathus, if you so wish, you can now open that door. As you open it, you find what looks to be a small bedroom. 2 beds with torn canopies and standing at the opposite walls. Tattered rug lying on the middle of the floor. Set into the wall is a fireplace, black with soot. But you do hear a soft hiss coming from the hearth.
So is it safe that you open the door?
Open the door, I'm not sure if it's safe.
You open the door.
Zadro, you would have heard the soft hissing coming from the fireplace as well. And it doesn't sound like a snake. It's not that type of hiss. It's just almost like a gas leak, but not. Do you know what gas leak would be? But that same sort of soft sound that you would hear with a gas leak.
There might be a cat in here.
Oh, really? Well, it's dinner.
No, I heard some hissing.
So Adok surges forward with the mention of a cat.
Yeah.
Carnos joins the group, and Adok's in the room, surging forward.
Yeah, pushy.
Carnos would like to carefully search, visually, just standing where he is, looking for any sign of, like, someone's trying to hide a trap or a trap sort of trigger or something to that effect.
You would have to actively search for a trap if you're looking for specifically a trap mechanism. So it would have to be
edge of the carpet.
Would have to be an active investigation. So you're looking at the edge of the carpet. So roll investigation. Roll investigation for me, Carnos.
Yeah, Adok's going to be looking around, probably underneath the beds and stuff for this cat.
Roll
maybe.
perception check, Adok. Carnos with a 14. You're searching around the edges of this carpet. You sort of lift the edge carefully, just to see if there's any kind of mechanism at all, and It's just a carpet. It's as you lift it, it just crumbles. It's that old. Like it's falling apart.
It's an old carpet, real old.
Adok, your perception roll.
I got an 18.
18. You sort of, again, looking around the room, it's dusty, it's old, it's been abandoned for a long time, but you spot what looks like a greyish red foot disappear up the chimney. Like someone pulls it up out of the way so they don't want to be seen. Just a small foot, like it's tiny. It's not huge. It was just a little foot gets pulled up out of the way, like it wants something's trying to hide.
Alec would just get up from underneath the bed, look at the fireplace, put up both hands, and just start backing away without saying a word.
So Adok starts to back away from the bed. He's visibly shaken, but he doesn't say anything.
What? Did you find the kitty cat?
And Alec's going to continuously back away slowly.
Put yourself where you're going to put yourself, Adok. Are you going to move out of the room, or are you going to stay in the room?
Yeah,
Out of the room.
Yeah.
As he gets close to me, I'm going to touch him on the shoulder and go, sleep with one eye open.
There was a foot, not a red and
Adok, roll a wisdom save.
white or grey foot in the chimney that disappeared. I got a 4.
Roll a attack at Fibble, please.
Oh, shit.
With your dark gift, you get startled by Fibble's little. It obviously attempted to try and frighten you, and it did. And you reacted, claws out, and take a swipe at his face.
13.
Does that hit Fibble?
Yes.
Roll your damage as according to your dark gift, please.
He missed me.
Oh, he missed. Oh, I thought you said yes.
No,
shit.
yes.
I thought you said yes. I was like, okay.
No, 17. He needs to get 17.
It's that Aussie accent, evil. Boy.
Yeah, it's weird. In that case, then, as you lean forward and whisper to Adok as he's backing towards you, he spins and just whips a hand around. You see the claws, and it just barely misses your nose as you sort of duck backwards. And Adok, you're breathing heavy, claws out, and you're just looking at Fibblestib.
What's got you all flustered?
Well, you can't just sneak up on a fella when he's seen something in a
You
room.
walked into me, numbnuts.
No, but like you. All right, listen here, you. Okay, I saw something in that bloody chimney, and look, I'm just a bit rattled. All right, we're in a cave. You can't touch people randomly.
If you saw something in the chimney, why didn't you go investigate it?
You go investigate that. I'm not gonna. No.
So wait a
What
minute.
is saying?
We see spiders, and you jump off the back of a horse to attack the spiders, but you see a foot go up a chimney, and you hide from it.
Fibble, it was a red and grey or white foot, yeah, and something like pulled it up a bloody chimney. It's not a spider. A spider we've killed before.
So
I don't know
those
what's in
of-
that chimney.
Those of you in the room,
Yeah, can we hear this?
you would probably hear this conversation, because Adok wouldn't have the fortitude to whisper at this point. He's been frightened and attempted to attack Fibblestib, so you definitely would have been hearing what's going on. You would have been hearing the part of the conversation at least.
What if it's another goblin that's scared of you and hiding under the chimney?
A red and grey goblin. Are you?
You're a great goblin.
Yeah,
I'm looking at the chimney right now.
What
You
time of
can't
year is
see,
it?
from your position, Skathus, you can't see anything. There's no movement. Just looks like an empty fireplace.
I'll go over to the chimney.
Zadriel,
No,
is it
that's
winter
it.
here? Does your shield know if it's winter or summer? No?
No, it
No
knows
idea?
if it's day or night.
Oh, does anyone know? Is it winter here?
How would you tell?
I don't. That's rightfully well. I remember vaguely something about a religion where a man comes down chimneys and delivers gifts to people or something.
Honest, we don't. This bullshit story again. I don't have time for your lies. Come on.
I'll have you know, Zadriel, that in my tenets, I have made quite a effort to minimise my storytelling to as close to the truth as possible. Anyway,
Well,
what's
that
up the
must
chimney?
be murder for you.
It's going to be, yes.
Zadriel, you approach the fireplace.
Yes.
As you approach the fireplace, you sort of look, you peer in the fireplace itself. It's been out for a long time, dust and soot. You sort of peer a little closer. As you sort of get your face just to the angle where you can sort of just see up the chimney, small hissing dragon made of ash just shoots out and past your face, starts fluttering around the room up high in the ceiling, and it starts filling the room with soot as its soot-covered wings just flapping as it just circles the room. Doesn't seem hostile at all. It's just circling this room, and the soot that's coming down, not going to hurt anybody, but it would probably definitely get in your face. You probably start to sneeze or cough a little bit with the, especially you, Zadriel, you would have got a face full of it as it sort of left as all of a sudden from this chimney. What are you guys doing?
That's a funny looking fella. You said it was a foot.
Well, I mean, it was rapid movement. It was, Look, I'm sorry that I took a swipe at you. All right.
That's okay. Well, I don't know about these claws, dude. You might want to get them sharpened or dulled. One or two.
Evil, you said it looks like a little dragon.
Looks like a little dragon, yeah.
What, roughly size-wise, like a hawk, a eagle, a small
I'd say about probably half the size of Bibblesib or Addock. It's quite small.
Okay, because it came buffeting out of the chimney looking like a little dragon, right?
Yep.
I feel like I would toss my shield at it to try and knock it out.
Right, roll to hit.
18.
And where are we? It does hit it, and it knocks it. Doesn't do any damage to it, just knocks it out of the air. Sends it against the wall. Hits the wall one side, back sort of in this direction when I move my shit. You hit it here. It bounces off this wall and lands down by the window here. And it sort of gets itself back up again, and you can see it's looking around. It's almost entirely made of smoke, but you can see the small red eyes darting around looking scared.
It's okay. It's okay. Shh, shh, shh. Not here to hurt you. I think Fibbo's owl blew up.
My apologies, creature thing. You startled me. Okay, this is your place.
Zadriel, do you not have speak with animals or communicate with or something?
I don't know if it's an animal. Okay, I will try, but I don't think it will.
So we can't eat it?
I'll cast it and say, it's okay, and I throw it a ration.
As you throw it a ration, it darts backwards against the wall and hisses loudly in your guys' direction. I need.
Uh-oh. Maybe it eats fire.
I need. Do. Zadriel only. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Okay. 15 with a +5.
So that's a 20. It breathes out something. It's weird. It's like almost like someone's just blowing on a campfire, and all the cinders and ash have just spewed forth from a campfire in your direction. It gets in your face and your eyes, and you sort of doesn't do any damage. Doesn't seem to have any effect on it, but you get the impression that it was just trying to maybe obscure your vision. As it breathed out and did this, it just shoots towards the door, extremely quick.
Zadriel, stand still. I have to be right back.
Yep.
Does Zadok see this thing coming towards the door?
Everyone would. It's moving fast.
Can I attempt to oh shit, I don't know if you'd have enough time to cast web or try and tackle it.
We would have if If you don't have a reaction that would do that, then no, this would be reactionary. It's moving pretty quick. So everyone would get a reaction.
Yep.
To if you wanted to try and catch it, if that's what your intention is, up to you. But if you're trying to use an attack or an ability or anything like that, it would have to be a reactionary.
Cool. Adok will then definitely try and catch it.
So roll a dexterity. Well, you're just trying to. Okay, yeah. So be a dexterity check.
Ooh, 16.
16. This will be a dex check against this thing here. And that will be a failure on your part. So you miss it. It just shoots under your hands as you go to grab it. It's getting close, almost at the doorway. Anyone else wanting to try and stop it at this point?
And it would just yell out to Fibble and be like, catch it, quick! And even though he's not here. But
I feel like when I threw my shield, it would have been like all quickly. I don't think I'd be quick enough for it.
Yeah, I mean, you would have thrown your shield at it. You would have seen it hit the ground. You'd probably still get a reaction if you wanted to try and stop it.
I feel like I'm going for my shield as opposed
no
as
problem.
it was going. So I think,
I don't think I'd have enough time to get to the door.
You probably wouldn't be close enough, unfortunately, Skathus, to have a reaction at this point. So,
I mean, I do have the water whip, but I don't want to go hurting the damn thing.
Is that a Is that a reaction?
I don't think it is.
That's an action, I believe, to cast water whip. So yeah, so you wouldn't be able to do that.
Reaction is deflect and.
Yeah, you got deflect missiles and things like that.
Yeah, that's all that is.
So, unfortunately, no, you would not be able to react. Zadriel wouldn't get a reaction. She's sort of reacting to that. So Fibber would be the only one that would get a reaction if he wished to stop it. But as he seems to have disappeared, I would say this creature gets to the doorway and then disappears down the hallway, down past you, Emilia. So Emilia, you'll get a reaction if you wish to try and stop it. It's flying up towards the ceiling. The ceiling's here 10 to 12 feet. So you'd get one chance maybe to stop this creature if you so wished.
I think.
I'll give it a go, I guess. Try and grab it.
And we'd be calling out, grab it, stop it, hopefully.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Adok definitely said that, yeah.
I will make a roll for Fibblesteb.
Oh, thank God, yes.
Because I think that he... But for some reason I can't target you guys as tokens. Kind of sucks, but I can do this.
I don't know, I kind of want like a pet smoke dragon thing. It's cool.
So I roll a 19 from Fibble. That's actually pretty good. But it would be... I'm going to have to say it's a disadvantage because Fibble's height and the fact it was hitting for the ceiling. One more roll here. What's that?
I'd have to go through the door before it got to him, before it went up.
Yeah, but he's still short though.
Yeah.
He's still a short ass, unfortunately. Make one more quick roll. He's got pretty good dex. 10 on the second, so he will miss.
Fuck.
Up to you, Emilia. As it starts, you're a bit taller, so you get the opportunity to make the dexterity check. See if you are quick enough to catch this thing as it shoots past you.
Alright. Yeah, I'm not.
No?
That's a 7 for me.
No. You do get your +3, because sun is still... no, -3, sorry, because your sun is still up.
Still daytime.
Yeah, so yeah. Unfortunately, Emilia is not quick enough, and the creature manages to escape and disappears down the hallway. Emilia, if you wish to try and track where it's going, you can. And you see it disappear up the spiral staircase at the end of the hall. Welcome back, guys. So unfortunately, Fibblesteb, I rolled for you and you failed to catch the smoke method thingy dragon as it chopped past you. I don't know whether you would actually wanted to try and catch it, but everyone else did and they called out, so I made the judgment call that you would have attempted it, cool. And you failed, unfortunately. So, with that, you in this room, this creature's just managed to get away from you all. and disappeared down the hall.
All right. I have no idea what that thing is, but I want it.
The room's clear. We could stay here, or we could try and go after it.
Yeah, anyone have a clue what that was? Has it got a name? Like chimney wing thing?
Technically, I did see it first. Well, I mean, I saw its foot. I can name its foot.
Maybe it's like Matrix blew up or something.
Yeah.
Speaking of Matrix, you have Matrix with you all the time, don't you, Pibble?
Yeah, he's just flying around all the time.
Okay, well, we won't put him on as a token unless he's actually doing something.
Yeah, they don't actually really do much until I use him to extend my touch spells. That's pretty much
so we
all.
won't worry about a token then. So that's cool. So
what are we going to call it? Aaron?
Oh, I don't know. You know, maybe like Sparkles or Sparky or something. You know, because it's like Sooty. Maybe you like Soot, Mr. Soot. Mr. Soot, there we go.
You're going to... Really?
Well, look, I'm not good with... All right, you name it then. What would you call it?
What?
The thing.
That's not a good name.
Why are we naming it? We don't even...
Well,
While carrying on, I'm going to check the...
Skathus, you would know what this creature is.
I would.
You would.
Ooh.
It is a smoke method. Because of your bloodline and some of the teachings that you would have had at the monastery, because of your bloodline, you would have done a little bit of research into where you potentially come from, or what you are about, or what you are, with not knowing. And you would have discovered some pictures of these creatures, and you've seen them in different forms.
Okay, then while they are arguing over a name, I just blurt out, it's a smoke method.
Smoke method, that sounds terrible. That's worse than what I was saying. My name's way better, Mr. Sooty. That's great.
That's what the creatures are named.
Did you have one, Skathus?
No, I have studied them.
Yeah, you know that the method is their name, but they come in different forms: smoke, clay, water, dust. They're almost elemental.
I explained that to the rest of the group.
So does that mean that we could perhaps maybe tame it or something? You think?
Well,
What would be the method of taming a method?
The method.
Christ, guys.
I am going to the bottom of this hallway while you talk, guys, because we are wasting daylight.
So Adult's gonna walk over to the chimney.
You gonna and have another look.
Well, he's gonna try and see if he can grab anything that maybe it was in there.
All you get is dirty hands, my friend. You covered in
Some in
soot.
his bag.
Put on your notes, a handful of soot.
Yeah, I'm just checking the room to see how secure it is. The windows.
The windows seem intact. The room itself is, again, as you can see, single entrance. Couple of beds. The beds are tattered and worn, and one's broken, but
We could probably put the beds in the fireplace.
There are 2 doors down here.
I thought we were looking for... The windows broken in here?
no, they are secure.
Oh, Zadriel, I thought we were going to, like, cover up the windows and make a place to sleep before we searched everything. Zadriel? Oh, she's gone. Let's go get her.
So,
Apparently there's a couple of doors down there.
3 doors down?
No, 2 doors.
2 doors.
Down.
Alright.
Not as good.
so, before you go any further, I'll pause the game there. What you see, obviously, is what you see there. You've got a hallway. T-section, you've got 2 doors either end, 3 windows. As you look out these windows, one of them is broken out completely. The mist is sort of seeping through into the hallway, giving a really eerie, sort of look in your guys, the light from Zadriel's shield and the sun sword. It's kind of, it gives it that creepy sort of eerie feeling in the dark, and as the light starts to dwindle from the daylight leaving to come into darkness. But you do indeed see a single door at either end of this hallway. That is pretty much it. Up to you what you guys wish to do.
I'm going to look at the window and say, this looks like, the barracks below. It looks like another round room or something.
Well done, Trash.
Ooh.
So, Skathus, as you walk up to this door, your curiosity seems it may have tripped you up at this time. Fibblestib, I'm going to give you a dexterity saving throw as the wall to your immediate right opens somewhat, and a concrete wall just starts to move towards you pretty quickly, getting ready to close off this intersection of hallway. So you'll need to make a dex save to decide which direction you're going to jump, backwards or forwards.
I'll be going forwards, and I'm within range so far. So 13.
13. It's enough. So you move yourself forward 2 squares towards into the room towards Zadriel, please. You dive forward. Actually, no, you can't. I'll unpause it. It paused because of the thing. I forgot, yeah. So as you shoot forward, the wall slams shut. Adok and Karnos, you are now blocked off from the rest of your party. The wall now in front of you, blocking the way. Fibble, Zadriel, Emilia, you would also hear this wall and gunk as it hits the wall, the opposite side, sealing you in. You are now trapped in this hallway. Skathus. This door opens, and what you see standing before you is a spectral figure. Zadriel, you hear a door open from the other end, and as you turn, you see a spectral figure standing looking back at you.
I'm sorry.
Trashy, this room is littered with the wreckage of ancient bunk beds, from what you can see. The rest of it seems to be empty, but several spectral figures seem to be floating around in this room. Zadriel, you see the same, sort of looking down that hall, you see that's much the same. It looks like an old dorm room. You only see the one spectral figure at this point. But I need everyone except for Karnos and Adok. Actually, no, I will get everyone to roll initiative, please.
We'll be able to play tic-tac-toe while we wait.
Pretty much.
2.
It's alright, Adok, I've got a plan. 20, game 3.
So, yep, so, right. Everyone's is in there. Who said 8?
Shut up, roasted.
Oh, you rolled, did you roll yours?
Rolled 11. Got 8.
Ah, yes, you did. So I need to adjust yours because of your condition.
I'll just do that for everything now.
Yep.
It's easier.
Up to you, man. I mean, initiative is based on your dexterity, so it makes sense.
Roasted looks excited about this fight.
So, with that, Karnos, you're first in initiative order, so I'll give you. We'll run initiative anyway. So as the wall closes and you hear it thunk against the wall, it is up to you what you want to try and do.
I knew that giant red penis would do something stupid eventually. So, Adok,
I'm using my 6 seconds.
let's search this wall for a way out, and then maybe search the room for a switch.
And I'm going to just search the wall.
Roll investigation.
16.
16. As you search, you can't find any kind of lever or switch. It looks to be internal, whatever it was internally inside the wall. You cannot seem to find any kind of switch on this side.
Sorry, I can't see anything here. Maybe there's something back in the room.
And I'll leave it at that. That is me.
Oh, Bibblestib, you are now up. As you jump forward as the wall was closing, putting you, locking you in the space with the remainder of your party.
I can't go, well, shit, that was a bad choice. And then shoot at that guy that I just tagged.
No problem. Shoot away.
12 to hit.
That will miss. You fire and he seems to travel almost just through his body without impact.
Okay, and bonus action. No.
That's you?
Bonus action. Yep, that's me.
So with that, Skathus, another creature, appears from around the corner and moves into you. Oh, clicking on the door instead of the fucking creature. That was cool. The creature, you can see now it's much closer, appears to be a spectral soldier of some kind, wearing spectral armor. Draws a long spectral longsword from its sheath, and it makes its attacks at you. 20 to hit.
No, that misses. Sorry.
8 force damage. You. 24 to hit with 4 force damage. So a total of 12 force damage as it strikes backhanded first, then comes back with an overhand strike, striking you on the shoulder. Adok, it is now your turn. You are stuck outside of this wall with Karnos. What are you doing?
Right, with Karnos' words, Adok still has his cannon, because that lasts for an hour from the fight before. He's going to look around. He's going to run, first of all, in this corridor here for any structural weak points, because he's got an Eldritch Cannon. If he doesn't find anything there, he's going to dart into the room.
Cannon, I'll put your cannon out there for you, so your cannon's there.
Yeah. Essentially, Adok's just going to look to see if he can blast his way through to the other side.
Okay, so the wall that's run across this room seems to be made of stone, is what you can see. Looks pretty structurally sound. The rest of these walls seem to be made of wood, wood timber, maybe a mixture of clay and timber. Kind of hard to tell. Are you proficient in mason's tools or woodworking tools by any chance?
I am woodworking. Yep.
Woodworking? Looking at the structure, which wall are you looking at specifically? The wall that crossed over, or in the room?
Well, first of all, in the corridor.
Okay, so that's definitely stone.
Yeah, then he would just fuck that. He'd walk into the room and then see if there's any.
The walls in the room look to be less sturdy, but they're still. This was a keep at some point. It's lasted this long, so you get the impression it's really well built, but you might be able to do something. You're not sure.
Yeah, cool. Adok's just going to pick up his cannon, run into the room, and as his bonus action, he's just going to fire directly at the wall. At
this wall here?
Yep.
Roll to hit.
Shit,
what damage is your cannon doing?
It's a Eldritch Cannon, so it's
Eldritch Cannon? Yep, cool.
God, where's my actions? Why is it not there? Anyway, it's just a spell. Alright.
Yep, just
and I drop
throw your dice on the floor. Floor dice.
Oh, nat 1. Look at that.
Natural 1. Your cannon fizzes, fires, and it just falls out on the floor. I mean, it is just a pfft, and it's like, oh, okay. Maybe I did that wrong. But nothing happens.
And with that, Adok's just going to go, alright, Karnos, well, we survived, mate. That's all that matters.
Next up, a figure appears between Emilia and Skathus. Faces Skathus and attacks Skathus, as Skathus was the one that tricked the trap. Sorry, buddy. 23 to hit with 11 force damage. And a crit. 25 to hit on the second natural 20. So that'll be another 16 points of force damage on Skathus, as this spectral creature attacks twice from behind. Spectral sword as well. Skathus, it is now your turn. Emily, you're on board. Oh, crap. Did the thing again. So Skathus, you are surrounded by these two spectral beings. You've taken some pretty bad damage. It is up to you. What are you doing? I think you're muted, sir. Maybe.
There. Oh, this is hard. I'm going to spend 2 key points and do Fist of Unbroken Air.
On which target? Roger that.
I want that. Okay, so
Its strength save is 22.
okay, so 17 damage, bludgeoning, I believe.
So that will be half because it's saved.
Actually,
I think, or is it not halved? Hang on.
no, it's
No.
not halved. It's just not knocked prone,
Wouldn't have mattered because it's immune to being knocked prone anyway.
and also would have been pushed 20 feet away. But
It saves, it just takes the damage. Cool. That's awesome. So that was that one there. So you fight it. It takes the damage. What damage is it? Force.
yeah,
It takes the damage.
bludgeoning. sorry.
Bludgeoning. Either way, it takes the damage, but doesn't seem to take anywhere near the damage you would expect. Although it is a ghostly figure, so maybe you would expect it to take less damage. But it definitely did not take the damage you expected from that blow. Is that your turn?
I have one more attack to go, and I'll just use my fists for this.
No problem.
23 to hit.
That hits.
9 damage.
9 bludgeoning damage. Again, you strike out. You don't feel like you're hitting anything. It takes damage, but not as much as you'd hoped. Is that your turn, sir?
Yep.
Emilia, it is now your turn. The sun is still up, but not for long. So at the moment, you are still at your minus stats.
So it's a ghost, right?
You're very quiet, dude.
Am I?
Quieter than usual.
It's a ghost, right?
Yes, it looks like a ghost.
Can I reach through it?
You can attempt to. What do you want to try? You can attempt to. I mean, if you think Emilia would attempt that, I will allow you to attempt it. Whether it works or not, we'll see.
That's fine. Yeah, I think Emilia would try and heal Skathus.
Okay, so you're going to attempt to reach through this being and heal Skathus.
Yes.
Roll a wisdom save for me, please.
16.
16.
Reach through or reach past, I don't care.
Which, be specific, which would you be attempting to do? Because whatever you do will determine the outcome of this.
I'll just reach past if I can.
Okay, you want to reach past and heal Skathus. I would say that you're able to reach past and touch Skathus, but you will take some damage as well because of the wisdom save. So you'll take 5 psychic damage as the creature, as you reach past it, reaches up and grabs onto your arm as you reach past, but the heal will be successful, so roll your heal.
It's 20 points of healing damage.
So Skathus, you receive 20 points of healing damage from Emilia. She reaches, seemingly almost tries to reach over, but gets touched by this creature. And Emilia, you would probably recoil as the creature touches you. The heal ticks off, and you sort of recoil back at the unexpected headache that you almost instantly get.
Emily is going to say, "Excuse me, sir, you wouldn't be able to help us get out of this room, would you?" As she's reaching past. And that's, I'm going to end my turn.
You're in your turn there. So next up is this guy. This guy moves through there, surrounding Skathus. Skathus, this is not going to be good for you, I'm afraid. This guy's going to get advantage. He misses, you're lucky. Second one hits with a 17. So you will take a further 11 points of force damage. I need you to make a wisdom save, please. A 9. That is a failure. Skathus, you take 16 points of psychic damage as well. Next up is... Ooh, got a different... This one. Zadriel, you see Amphible, you would see this creature move from the opposite room into the hallway. About as far as it goes. Zadriel, you're up.
Zadriel will go this way to where Skathus is, but it's paused, so right there.
Oops, sorry.
And
you good?
Attack this one right here.
Cool, you can do so.
With some divine smite.
Some divine smite. Divine smite.
13.
13, that will miss.
Can I add my D10 that I got?
You can, if you so wish. You have it. You have the inspiration.
Yeah, 16 now.
That hits.
Oh, okay, cool. For 12, bludgeoning and...
What level do I smite?
2. So it will be 25 radiant.
So, with a single blow, Zadriel raises her clockwork warhammer, strikes down at this creature. The bludgeoning damage doesn't seem to do anything, but then the radiant energy from your paladin abilities cracks through, and you see it arc against the wall, then back again, dissipating the creature in a single attack.
That creature holding Emilia's hand still?
No, it was not.
Okay. And then my second attack, I'll swing around and hit the one next to me on the other side. Oh, that's not going to hit.
That is a natural 1.
For a 9.
You swing around, just sort of gauging, thinking, yep, it's there. Crack against the wall. It reports loudly in this small, narrow corridor. But you unfortunately miss. Right, next up is this guy. Moves into you, Fibblestep. Well, kind of drifts and then disappears and then reappears is kind of their movement. It's very sort of staticky, almost old movie styles of flickering sort of thing. So Fibblestep, 20 to hit. 9 force damage. 12 to hit. I believe that one misses. So you are good. That is it for that one. Next one in the list. Ooh, what is this one? This one comes down, joins his mate. Next is this one here, joining the fray in the doorway. Skathus, once again, you are faced with multiple attacks. This will be at advantage as well. 19 to hit. 5 bludgeoning damage to Skathus. And a further 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Well, in that case, I won't do anything except go down.
Skathus slumps to the floor. Mark yourself unconscious. As this creature slams in on him again with a spectral sword, Skathus slumps to the floor unconscious. Back to the top of the initiative order. Karnos.
Right, so Karnos was investigating the wall. Did he hear? Can you hear much of what's going on through the wall?
You could hear bits and pieces. You definitely would have heard the smashing against the wall with the clockwork warhammer. Probably the sparking of the radiant energy as well, and definitely the report of Fibblestep's rifle the first time he fired that.
I will then go, damn it, we're missing out on some heroic activity. And I would go into the room where Adok went, which he wasn't here, I think the game was paused.
Yeah. We'll put you all in.
Let me get to there anyway. And I think I'm within 5 feet of the wall if I don't want to stand on it.
Yep.
And I'm going to... You said... I heard Adok shoot the cannon at the wall and do nothing, right?
Yeah, his little cannon unfortunately misfired and made a little spit on the floor.
I want to say, Adok, we need to get through and help them. It sounds like they're dying in there. And then I'm going to pull the sun sword up and just starts hacking at the wall with the sun sword to see if it will do anything.
Okay, roll to hit. Actually, don't roll to hit. You can hit a wall. It's static. There is no miss here. Just roll your damage. Just your regular damage.
Yeah, regular damage. So I put my shield back up. I forgot to say too. So.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, roll your regular damage.
13 damage.
13 damage. It leaves a mark. Like you can see it hacking through what wood there is there. It's nothing flash, but you'd probably get through eventually. But you know well enough that a sword ain't going to do it. You need something a little heavier, a little bit more robust to get through this wall. But you definitely looks like you'll definitely get through it. But a sword ain't going to do it.
Okay, Adok, it doesn't look like a sword's going to get through this wall. Have we got something to throw at it?
And that's pretty much me.
Fibblestep, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna the same one that I was attacking, but I'm gonna cast Firebolt at it instead.
Okie dokie.
Firebolt. Okay, yep, 22 to hit.
That hits. So, same one you targeted before?
Yeah, same one. I haven't changed target. 11 points of fire damage.
11 points of fire damage.
And then I am going to get my little birdie. Actually, no, I don't have to. Am I able to cast? So it's a cantrip and then a leveled spell? As long as it's a bonus action?
Either. So as an action, you can cast a cantrip or a leveled spell, and the same as a bonus action. So in an entire turn, a leveled spell and a cantrip. So as long as one's an action, one's a bonus action, you're good.
Cool. So I'll cast Healing Word on Skathus, because he's gone down, and that's just plain as day. 6 points of healing.
6 points of healing damage for Skathus. Skathus, your eyes flutter open with the 6 points of health. You are still prone, however. Looking up from the flat of your back, these creatures still surrounding you.
Looking around quickly,
yes.
Can I see a way for this door to be retracted so that we've got more cannon fodder?
I'd say in the moment, you really can't really tell. You're looking around, you can't see anything obvious. If you wanted to spend your next action making a more thorough investigation, you could definitely do so. But with a quick look around, you can't see anything overly obvious.
I was just going to say, is there a button that can access this?
Good try, but unfortunately, no, you're unable to see anything obvious. Obviously, able to retract this wall. Next up in the initiative order is this guy. Skathus. Unfortunately, you're right there, and you're now conscious again. And as the guy was going to move through you, but he notices you move and makes his attacks on you once again. 22 to hit with 5 bludgeoning damage. Second one misses, however. So you are lucky in that respect. You are still conscious, just. You're very, very hurt. Adok, you're up. Skathus, you're on board after that.
Alrighty. Adok hears Carlos' words, looks at his cannon and says, "Come on, you bastard, hit the thing!" And he's going to take another shot. For a total of 18.
That'll definitely hit. DC 10 to hit the wall, guys. Well, for the cannon, for melee stuff, it's just it's a wall.
2d8 force damage, so 7 and 5 make whatever that makes.
Force damage, 7 and 5 make a total of 12, which will be 24 points of damage against an inanimate object like a wall. It breaks away some of the timbers and some of the old, the room gets filled with dust as it shakes the wall. You guys on the other side hear this report of this cannon. You feel the wall shake. Don't see any damage on your side yet, but it's definitely taken damage.
I don't know if the wall can get pushed back 5 feet, but
no, it cannot, unfortunately. But you now see as a lot of the wooden structure has been damaged and splintered, that there is definitely a stone structure in between. Looks like a wooden lining has been built over top of the stone structure, so it's definitely stone behind it. So it's going to take a little bit to get through it, but it's definitely doable.
Great. Well then, that was his bonus action. And then as his action, Adok's going to run, charge at the wall, and slam into it. And he's going to cast Thunder Wave at a 3rd level.
Thunder Wave.
Brace yourself.
Just roll there's no need to hit. Roll your damage.
The wall needs to make a con save.
No, it doesn't. Just roll. Just roll the damage. Roll the damage. I would say because you're slamming yourself into a wall and casting it, you will take half this damage back in return. As you're hitting a solid stone wall, and Karnos, you would have to make that con save as well with some of the reflection. But you will only take half damage on a failure. On a success, you'll take no damage.
18 damage.
So Karnos, you are good. You take no damage. You feel that impact. It sort of rocks you back a little bit, but it doesn't hurt. Adok, you take half that damage. You take 9 at point blank range, no save. Just slamming yourself into the wall, casting it. The wall does crack with that. You see a visible crack in the stone. You guys hear it on the other side. The building shakes with this thunderous sound. And you see, Zadriel, you'd probably, and maybe Skathus, you would see a small crack forming in the wall behind you, on the opposite wall.
Alex just going to be on the ground and give Carlos a thumbs up.
Coughing.
Skathus, it is now your turn. You are on 1 hit point. I would say at this point, being the fact you've taken the damage that you have, if you were wanting to stand up, it would take your entire movement to stand up. So you're hurt. You are very, very hurt. You're muted, Trash.
Can I cast a spell while I'm prone?
It would really depend on the spell, what the ability you're trying to use at this point, because you are on 1 hit point. Bear that in mind. You are barely conscious. So I would say if you're trying to tap into your spell abilities or even your key points at this point, I would say that no, you would not be able to do so.
Alright, cool.
You are barely conscious.
Not much I can do, really.
If you had a few more hit points, I would have probably allowed it. But on 1 hit point, I would have to say that you are on the verge of unconsciousness yet again.
Yeah, there's not much I can do. 'Cause if I move, I'm gonna get hit.
Well, you can stand up, but you won't be able to move because you'll have to use your entire movement to stand up.
Alright, I'll stand up.
Because it's going to be a struggle just to stand at this point with 1 hit point. So Skathus, very wobbly, manages to drag himself to his feet. He's not looking healthy. Zadriel, you're right there. You can see he is not good at all. Next up, Emilia. It is your turn. You also see the Skathus struggling to get to his feet. You can see the blood and the bruising the bruising's definitely starting to come out already, but the blood from several wounds now very visible.
Emilia's going to move up. And,
Emilia, you need to make a wisdom save for me, please, as you get within close proximity to a bleeding Skathus.
it's still
+5.
+5 for Zadriel being close, so you get 21, so that'll bring you down to 18 with your -3.
Yep.
That is a pass. Just.
That's good.
You managed to stave off the urge to bite him or lick his wound. So whatever you're going to do, you can do.
Emilia's going to embrace Carnos and lick the blood anyway. And then as she's doing that, she's going to cast Cure Wounds at 5th.
Okay. You get a little bit of a boost from the blood. It doesn't taste as good as Carnos, nowhere near, but it's not bad. It's blood.
That's 33 points of healing damage.
So, with that, Skathus, Emilia wraps her arms around you. You feel her lick one of your open wounds, but then you get a surge of energy. Boosts your whole metabolism, and you feel much better. You can react if you wish, Skathus. Up to you.
Muted.
You're muted. Trash.
Reaction, I have nothing in reaction.
Well,
so
you can react. You can react in any way you wish. If you want to try and pull away, or you can't move, but you can. Okay, cool. No worries. You just let it happen. Shh, let it happen. Is that your turn, Emilia?
Emilia's feeling him not move away is going to say, "I knew you wanted it," and I'm going to stay there.
Awesome. With that, this creature's turn. Seeing the energy from the armored figure standing next to him, turns. Zadriel. That would be a miss with an 8. And a natural 1. 2 misses. Creature misses with both of its attacks. But it decides to move through you to the other side. It does not move out of your range, so you do not get an attack of opportunity, but you do have to make a wisdom save as it passes through your body. You get an icy cold feeling the moment it touches your skin.
16.
16, that will be a failure. you take 12 points of psychic damage as this creature moves through your body. You are chilled to the bone, and you get an instant feeling of dread as it does so, and then it's fleeting. It's just as it moves through, but it's just that real feeling of dread comes over you just instantly and quite briefly. Next up, do you have a reaction, Zadriel, or no? That
is
would.
it my turn?
It's not your turn. So you don't have a reaction or anything that you want to use that possibly could help you here? I'm not sure if you have any.
Yes, I do have the protection thing, but I don't think that's gonna.
I take it I don't get a
No,
attack
no, it phased. Phased through the ethereal plane, unfortunately.
Just checking. I
No.
figured it might have been something
Nope,
like that.
so you don't have anything. Okay,
Wait.
so it is now this dude's turn. Floats in towards Fibblestib there. Makes its attacks. 12 will miss. 22 will hit. 9 points of bludgeoning damage. Force damage, sorry. On you, Fibblestib. Zadriel, it is now your turn.
Zadriel will hit this one here and do Divine Smite, 2nd level again.
Sweet. Smash
and
away.
hope it takes. Ooh, 26
That definitely hits.
for 15 bludgeoning and oops, that's the wrong one.
All good.
20 radiant.
Another mighty blow from the Paladin Zadriel. Again, raising the Warhammer high, channeling her divine energy into the hammer, striking down, and with a spark of radiant energy, another creature is dissipated.
I'm going to... Ooh, this is tough. I'm going to protect Fibble. I'm going to move over here.
Okay.
And try and just do a regular attack for now. Which I don't think is going to do anything. 14.
That misses.
Yeah.
So, a massive strike, leading in, charging towards the Fibblestib, striking out just to try and get this creature's attention, but unable to do so with a miss.
That is me.
That is your turn. Next up, this guy. Once again, Fibble, 2 attacks at you, 18 to hit. 11 points of force damage. And a 20 to hit, with 4 points of force damage. That is its turn. This guy's turn. He's actually going to face through and go through to there. So, Fibble, I need you to make a wisdom save, please.
Is it magic?
No, it's psychic damage. It's more of a psychic attack than a magic attack.
Okay.
Can I use my protection feat to give disadvantage to the roll? Is it an attack?
It's not an
Don't have to
attack, no.
worry.
It's just an
Okay,
ability.
then
It's just
never
an
mind.
ability, yeah.
Trust me, you don't have to worry about
He's good. He's okay. You get that cold shiver as the creature passes through you, and you feel that pressure on your mind as it passes through you, but it just doesn't seem to have that much of an effect on you. But it definitely chilled you to the bone. It will not make any attacks against you because that's pretty much all that one's going to do. This one is going to... move. Who's targeting everybody? Drax, are you targeting everybody?
He's healing everyone.
Alt click to remove the target if you're playing around with stuff. So with that, this guy is going to attack you, Zadriel.
Was that a move or a phase for him?
That was a phase. So they're always phasing in and out of the ethereal plane. That's how they move. So sorry, you see it, and then it disappears, and it reappears, and it disappears, and it reappears. They're constantly flickering. So this will be an advantage because of the others surrounding you, Zadriel. 22 to hit. It'll be 6 points of force damage. And 22 to hit again with 11 points of force damage. It's a total of 17 force damage against you. That is its turn. Back to the top of initiative. Karnos. The wall is starting to crack. You can see that stone beneath the timbers that have now splintered away.
Right, I'm going to use my shield and back up to where I'm not going to move because I'm going to end up in the same place at the end.
No
And I'm just
worries.
going to slam into the wall once, slam into the wall twice, and then move out of the way so the cannon can do it again. If my slams do anything, I'll wait and see first.
What's the damage we put on your shield?
I will tell you very shortly. It is D6 plus 5.
Okay, so roll 2d6. Add your plus 5s. So roll it like you would do. Yep. So roll twice. Add your plus 5s.
6 and 6. That is 12 total.
Okay, so you'll do 6 damage to the wall. It doesn't hurt you because you're using your shield to sort of block between you and the wall, but it looks like it might do something. You're not sure. I mean, bits of stone were falling away. It's a pretty solid wall. What are you doing, Drax?
What is he doing?
I'll get rid of them. It's fine.
Thank you.
That Karnos moves back to the space by the bed. He says, "Adolf, my friend, it's up to you. But let me tell you, looks like we're going to be raising horses very soon."
Is that your turn, Karnos?
That's all I can do.
Fibblersib, it is your turn. We will take a short break after this combat, guys.
So I'm going to pull out a purple potion.
The purple
I'll drink
people eater.
that. Yeah, it's a purple potion. So that just upped my AC by 1.
That's
for
your bonus
10
action.
minutes. Yep. And then I'm going to shoot a firebolt at that dude there because everyone else is too freaking close to me.
Which guy is it? Sorry?
I marked him, the one in front of Skathus. The only one that's far enough away.
Alright, yep. It didn't
11 to
it didn't
hit.
target him on my end, that's all.
Oh. Okay.
Weird.
Yeah, well,
That dude. Yep.
the one near the door that keeps on.
You're right. So 11 to hit.
Yeah.
That is a miss, unfortunately. Your firebolt hits the door frame.
No, sorry, that's wrong. That's 16 to hit.
16 to hit.
Keep on forgetting I'm using the alchemy
Right.
focus.
Okay. So 16 add hits.
Alright, cool. Fire damage of 17.
Fire damage of 17. Well done. Done. Is that your turn, Mr. Fibbleslip?
Yeah, I just got to do the temporary hit points that I just got as well.
Cool.
So,
Back those on, so don't forget. Skatus, you're being attacked once again. Well, this guy. 17 to hit for 10 bludgeoning damage. And 19. So you take 15 total bludgeoning damage in that round. Next up, Adok, it is your turn.
Alright, so Adult gets up, dusts the dust off of him from the room, fires the cannon again, and I just rolled it 15 plus 7.
Yeah,
I
that.
think 11, 21.
Yeah, I think you're good with that.
2d8 for the damage.
Damage.
Which is 10.
20 points of damage. A large crack is now formed. Bit of rubble falls out on the other side. Skathus, I need you to roll a dex save, please. Actually, and Emilia. Skathus and Emilia both need to make a dex save. +3, Emilia. The sun has gone down. Skathus is fine. Emilia, you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as a piece of the wall falls out and strikes you in the side of the head. We've got a luck for Skathus. So you have a luck, Skathus. You get a reroll at some point. 2 lucks. Skathus and Emilia. So Emilia, you've got a luck as well. So Adok, it's still your turn.
Yes. Obviously still not big enough to get through.
No, not at this point.
Right. Adok's gonna take a bit more run up, and then it's gonna do the same thing.
Thunderwave again.
Yeah. Start running, jumping straight into it, like head first. Wall's got to make another concert. 14 points of damage. It's thunder damage.
What's that,
by the
Drax?
way.
Speak up.
Fuck, yeah.
I don't get what you mean. You're muted.
What? I didn't say anything.
What'd you type in chat?
Oh.
Oh,
Yes. I was
I thought that was for your roll.
I was following you guys' math.
Oh, well, it works. Works for me.
Yeah. So do I, 22. It's close, close enough. Yeah. And yeah, so the wall takes 14 thunder damage.
You take 7.
Great, that's right.
The wall takes 28. And a large chunk of wall is sent, or chunks of wall are sent into the room. So Emilia, Skathus, and this dude all need to make dexterity saving throws. 16 from him, he saves. Skathus, that would be a failure.
I'm using something like whatever the heck.
You've got a Lux, which is a reroll.
Sweet. I'm just gonna flat reroll that.
Yeah, I'll use a luck to reroll.
You got a Luck as well, so you got a reroll as well. Didn't really help you much. Again, Skathus, you still fail, unfortunately. So you both take 8 points of bludgeoning damage from falling debris, as now there is a hole big enough in the wall that both Karnos and Adok would be able to fit in. It would take Karnos a little bit more to get through. It's going to be a bit of a climb up and a climb through, but might be a bit of a squeeze with your armor, but you can definitely get through it. You may have to help Adok up into it a little bit. It's a little way off the floor, but you are now able to see through. Adok, you'd probably be able to, if you got lifted up there, you'd be able to see that you've just pelted your friends with rubble.
Yeah, so Adok on the ground looking up at Karnos just says, "Alright, throw me through."
Is that your turn, Adok?
Yeah, that's my turn.
Skathus, you're up. Emily, you're on board.
Attacking that one.
Target away, sir. Target away.
That would be a miss with a nat 1.
Natural 1 with a miss. Still affected by the damage that you've taken, you strike forward and miss with your first. Deep breath in, centering yourself, you strike forward
23.
and hit.
7 bludgeoning.
7 bludgeoning damage. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Emilia, you're up.
Emily is gonna look through the hole and yell, "Stop that!" And then I'm gonna think about what I'm doing.
So the sun has gone down, so you are at your +3 stats too. Just remember that.
Yep, I know that. Yep, that's fine. I am going to. What? Oh, I can't really see either of them because there's ghosty people's in the way. So. Oh shit! I did it again.
It's all good. I'll get rid of it.
Go back to the thing, not the ruler. Move.
You're good.
Thank you.
You're good. We're getting
I'm
used to
gonna-
this. You're good.
Yeah, I was trying to work something out, but it doesn't matter. I am going to, wherever the heck it is, use Fairy Fire.
Yep.
On a 20-foot circle, basically on me, should get all of those guys. And they have to make a dex saving throw. all the creatures within 20-foot circle of me.
Yep. So fairy fire.
Actually, I'm gonna move it over a bit because I can cast it out of position just so I can get that last guy.
Done. That'll get everybody. So just read that off for me again. So what's the save?
Each object within it's Dex 16. Each object within a 20-foot cube gets outlined with a green, purple, or violet.
Okay, so
you've chosen violet.
this guy saves. Rolling for this guy now. This guy fails, so he's outlined. Natural 20. This guy's saved. Failure. So this one and this one have both failed, so they are affected.
So for the duration, which is a minute concentration, each of those who fail get outlined in a purple 10-foot radius light, and any attack against them
is at advantage.
Is at advantage.
Yep. So that's this one, and this one.
Every creature.
3 failed, 3 succeeded. 3 failed, 2 succeeded, sorry.
Awesome, because I totally miscounted myself. So.
Yep, that's a good. So I will now move this so we know what it is, but yeah, these three here are under the effects of fairy fire. These two are not. So bear that in mind. Is that your turn, Emilia?
And yes, that'll be my turn.
Next up is this dude. He's going to attack Zadriel. That'll miss. 11. Swing and a miss. Second, 19. Does that hit? I think that misses too. Does it hit? Okay. 9 points of bludgeoning damage on you. It is now your turn.
I would like it, the one I have targeted, this one right here,
yes,
to make a con save, please.
Con save, please. Done. Where are we? Constitution. Saving throw. 10.
Alright, he fails. I'm gonna cast the Moonbeam.
Moonbeam!
For 19 radiant.
So that'll be a total of 38. As the moonbeam, does it come down from the sky or straight out from you?
Beam of light down on top of him.
Okay.
And
so through the roof of this, just a beam of light emanates, and it is not looking good at all. It's starting to flicker and move very erratically.
I will sit and concentrate on that, and that is me.
No problem, that is you. Actually, that I failed anyway, so it should have been at disadvantage. Next up is this guy. Bibblestab on you. 13 to hit is a failure. Twice. What is he going to do? Yes, he's going to move through you. Wisdom save, please. You're good.
That was the dex save.
Oh, that's the dex save. Okay, so
fire, as we just realised, everyone has to roll.
Oh yes, you do. So everyone has to roll a dex save for the fairy fire. So you're good, Fibble, anyway. Skathus, you're not good. Oh no, you're good. Zadriel's not good. +5.
Don't forget all those.
Is that
8 plus 5?
So that's 13. You still fail, I think. I think it was a DC 16. Is it all creatures? Does it state that? It's all creatures within that area, isn't it?
I dumped it in the sky.
Yeah, so it's everybody. So Adok, you're affected also.
Oh, so's the cannon.
Karnos is affected.
Cannon is highlighted as well.
The cannon. Okay, so pretty much. Right. Okay, so these guys get advantage on you guys too. That's great. Awesome.
Alright.
Hey, we got to learn these things, dude.
I didn't know that.
Next up is
What
this.
about me?
I think you would have to make it too, because you're in. No, the caster has to make it or not? Baz? If they're inside the
Within
effects.
the area of effect, it doesn't
Yeah,
say.
no, it just says creatures within. I'm very
Okay, well then, yeah, you would have to, Emilia.
Well, that's a nat 1, so.
So that's
no.
definitely a failure. So you're also highlighted as well. So make sure, just remember who's highlighted and who's not. I think Fibble's the only one that passed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's a spell. It's magic.
Yeah,
so I get
yeah.
Advantage.
So it's this guy's turn here. He's going to focus on the moonbeam lady because he's not happy about being moonbeamed. So these will be at advantage. 23 to hit, 7 points of bludgeoning damage on Zedriel for the first, and 9 points of bludgeoning on the second. Next up is this one. I think. No, it's not. I just did that one. This guy. Focusing on the radiant energy coming from the Paladin. $16 points of bludgeoning damage with a natural 20 on his attack. And a further 6.
Down.
Zadriel slumps to the ground. So the moonbeam would now be down as well as her aura for those within 10 feet of her. Karnos, it is now your turn.
Karnos, as instructed by Adok, will grab Adok. He will stow his weapons, grab Adok, and stick his face in the hole right before he does, and goes, "Here's Gobby," and chuck him through.
No need for a strength check. I would say you grab him, stick him up the hole, and then shove him through. So I will put you where you end up, Mr. Adok. You're going to end up basically inside that creature. So you're going to need to make a wisdom save as you fall through the wall, falling through this ethereal creature.
Adok is so great at wisdom saves.
Unfortunately, these things do happen.
With a lovely 4.
So you take 12 points of psychic damage. You feel ice cold as you drop through this creature out the bottom, and I would say you end up over here, but you roll as you drop and roll through. You get that immense pain on the back of your psyche as you roll through this creature. The numbing coldness as you drop through it. That sensation of death washes over you. The rest of your turn, Karnos, we'll say that was your action.
Yep, that's
Still have movement.
Will my shield fit through the hole?
To throw it, probably not. It would probably snag up.
Not throwing it.
Yeah.
Because I'll have to stow it to climb through. I
Yeah,
guess, so.
it would fit. If you were pushing it through, it would fit through. Yes.
Okay, I'm going to climb into the hole, see what I can see below. As soon as I'm sort of at the edge of the hole where I can drop down. And now, obviously, man, this is weird. So
You can see the
Adolf's just
creature
dropped-
below you.
Yeah, he's just dropped into the space as well, right? So
He's dropped in and rolled forward. So what's in the space is this ethereal creature, this ghost creature that you can see as you climb up into the hole. You can see Adok's on the floor. Adok, you'll be prone too. So you see Adok sort of rolled through.
And drop straight on that ghost, man.
Okay. So you sun sword it. You drop in on top of this thing. We'll leave you on top of it for now.
Yeah, my action's done for throwing him through, so I'm just dropping down onto it.
So you'll need to make a wisdom save as well as you drop down onto it.
I can attack with a bonus action if that's still available.
Yep.
So I will take the wisdom save.
Yeah,
though.
you still need to make the wisdom save as you feel this amazingly cold sensation as you drop through this creature, but your mind is strong enough to stave off whatever this thing is pressing against your psyche.
Right,
So you can make your bonus action attack if you wish.
Single strike with the sun sword. I have no shield on my hands. It is 26 to hit as I strike down the center.
It hits. I'm just gonna move you across so I can get to this target. But yes, 26 does hit.
And then 12 radiant damage. Is this creature affected by the Sun Sword?
It is. It does more damage. Radiant damage alone it sparks when the Sun Sword hits it. And it is undead as well. Or classed as undead, so you'll do the extra.
Radiant damage on top of that. 17 total radiant
So
damage.
that'll be 34 radiant damage.
And Carlos will say, "Thank you, DM, for giving me this sword of great light."
and I would say you've still got movements. I'd say eventually you would step to the side to get yourself out of this cold area, and the creature is flickering and erratically and sparking. It's still there, but it's not looking good. Pibblestep, you're upset.
Okay, I'm gonna reach straight over to Zadriel and at 3rd level cast Cure Wounds. So she gets a mighty 16 hit points.
16 healing damage.
Yeah, healing damage. Good old fucking nat ones, piece of shit. And then as a bonus action, I can take a drink. I can take a potion.
Yeah. Bear in mind you've already taken one already.
This one's a healing one.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The more potions you take, the more likely you are to be sick. If you start stacking too many, just be aware of that.
Yeah, so I'm going to take a healing potion of my own making, which is 2d4 plus 5, so 11 healing to me.
11 healing damage for you.
Yes. Excellent.
And that's your turn.
That is my turn.
Next up, Skathus, you are attacked once again. Natural 20, 18 points of bludgeoning damage. And a 20, 11 points of bludgeoning damage. Skathus, were you down on that first attack?
Yes.
You automatically lose one death save. The second one hit you also. So when you start making your death saves, you're already one down. So that is that creature's turn. Adok, it is now your turn. You are standing right next to Skathus. You see this creature just raise a spectral sword, slam it down into Skathus' body twice. The first one buckles, his knees buckle, he drops to the floor. The second one slams down onto his chest. Right in front of you.
Fuck, okay. So I can cast a spell Grease, but I have something that it's up to your discretion. Adok also contains on his person flasks of holy oil.
Yes.
Is he able to cast the Grease spell, which is a 10-foot radius, using the flask of holy oil?
No.
So it's holy grease.
No. You would have to cast grease and then pour the oil into the grease to mix it, I would say. That would cost you more than...
Yeah. Okay. Alright, so scratch that. Adok reaches...
Nice try, though.
Adok quickly reaches into his bag, takes out the flask, pops it with his mouth, pours the oil on himself, and then he's going to cast Protection from Good and Evil.
Yep.
On himself. And then can the cannon from where it is see anything that's in firing range?
No, it's too short, man. It's only a small cannon.
Yeah, cool. That's cool. It's just going to start, because it can move 15 foot. It's going to start walking to the hole, and it's also got a climbing speed as well, but it can only move 15 feet.
No problem.
And that's it. That's my go.
We'll put it at the hole. We're at the base of the wall at this point. So that's your turn?
That's my turn.
Skathus, you're up. I need you to make a death save, please. Keep it to yourself. DM it to me in either Discord or Skype. But just don't make it on your sheet. Don't mark it on your sheet. Just DM me. Emilia, you're up.
First, Emily's going to slap herself to break concentration on this stupid thing that I cast last week.
You can just drop concentration. It's something you are able to do. So.
Did you get that?
She's still going to slap herself. And then she's going to reach over and lick Skathus' wounds again.
So, just before that, Skathus, have you done your death save?
Did you get that roll?
Did you do it privately?
Yeah.
Yes, I did. Thank you. Oh, Emilia, sorry.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna find a nice wound to have a look of and cast Cure Wounds again.
No worries. You do so. You bend down and have you taken any damage, Emilia?
I did before when I healed him last time. No, I got hit by the wall.
You got hit by the wall. How much damage have you taken?
Was it
It's not a lot.
I think?
Okay,
Wasn't
so
a lot.
with this little bit more blood, I see you get 2 points of healing back from the blood that you licked from the wound. And how much was your healing? 20 points.
Healing.
So Skathus, you are now conscious once again at 20 points of healing damage.
I was good last time around too, but that doesn't matter.
That's a good. Skathus, I would say by now you're suffering from one level of exhaustion also, please. Multiple ups and downs is definitely taking its toll on your body. Next up is one of the creatures' turn. This guy attacking Fibblesib as Zadriel is now down. Oh no, you're up again, aren't you? But you're prone. It's going to attack Fibble anyway. 22 to hit, 9 points of bludgeoning damage. And I believe a 15 misses. So just the first damage there for you. It is now Zadriel's turn.
Zadriel will use her movement to get up, and I will use my bonus action to Misty Step this way.
Yep.
Sort of there. And I will use my action to Healing Hands onto Fibble for 30.
30 points of healing damage to Fibblestabs.
And that is me.
That is you. Next up is this guy. New combatants. Karnos. You fell through him. You hit him. He's not happy. 22 points, 22 to a hit there. 8 points of bludgeoning damage. And 15 to hit. Does that hit?
15 does not hit.
That's a miss. Second one strikes your shield, but you're surprised how quick these creatures are.
No, my shield's on my back. I
Oh,
just
you said your back? That's just your dash armor? Okay.
But yeah, so my
Parry,
natural arm's 16.
armor, it does not strike through. This guy gonna attack. Who's he gonna attack?
Sorry, DM, the second one missed, you said. So
Yes.
I will,
Gonna repost?
as a reaction, repost. Yes, please.
Go for it.
Just because.
So that'll be on that dude
so
there.
Good.
It's a good reaction, that. I like it.
It's one of the best. Oh, 13.
That will miss,
So
unfortunately. So
swipes with a Sunsword, but no luck.
yeah, no luck there. So this guy is going to attack Fibblesib because that's who he was attacking before. That'll miss. Double that. Double sevens. Next up is this guy. He's going to attack you, Emilia. That'll miss with an 11 and a natural 1. They're not having too much luck now. Karnos, back to the top of the initiative order. It is you, sir.
Excellent. I'm going to...
Fibble, you're on board after that.
Oh, I can't target. I'm looking at the wrong screen. That one.
Now, you might have to ping the map. The targeting's not coming up.
That's because I'm a dunce.
Oh, you're a dunce? Oh, there we go. Now it's targeting. Look at that.
Hey, that guy there.
That guy there.
And I'm going to strike high with the Sun Sword. And at the same time, when I spin around, I'm going to use another point and strike low and try and trip him.
Okay.
Striking high. 24 to hit.
It hits.
And I'm using it two-handed, so I'm doing two-handed damage with the first attack. It is 9 damage plus the extra D8 from the Sun Sword, plus the extra D8 from the extra dice that I cannot remember the name of.
Superiority die.
Superiority, that's the one. 20 radiant damage in total, and he has to make a strength save.
No, he doesn't. He
I realised
dissipates
that, yeah.
with
Oh, that's excellent.
the radiant damage that sparks from the sun sword. Basically just poofs out in a sparkle of blue and grey and dissipates and disappears.
As my second hit, I'm going for this one right to the opposite side, so I sort of flow around, staying low and sweeping up midsection of the waist of that creature with a 24 to hit.
That hits.
And 10 plus a d8 for the sun sword. Another 14 radiant damage.
Once again, Karnos, you spin with a flourish of the sun sword. The blade feels comfortable in your hands. The feelings you're getting from it as it strikes through these foul creatures is almost that of elation, as another is dispatched from this world.
And with that, I cry out as I see them both sort of dissipate, like, yes, I feel the power within me. The DM knows it is I who strikes. And that is it.
That is it. Fiddlestep, you're up.
Okay, so that one there?
Yes.
Firebolting?
Firebolt.
Once the spell comes up again. Yeah, that's gonna fucking miss.
Yeah, that missed. Natural one. Jeez, a few nat ones tonight, guys.
Yeah. So
fire hits harmlessly against the doorframe behind it once again.
Yeah, and that's it.
That's it for you. This guy. Sorry, Skathus, but you're there. You're awake. You're in front of it. It's just gonna keep wailing on you.
He really was opening and closing that day.
He was. Second one hits with an 8. 8 bludgeoning damage. First one was a miss. Actually, you're still prone, aren't you? So that would be an advantage with a melee attack. So the first one hits with an 8 bludgeoning damage. Another 7 points of bludgeoning damage, Skathus, so total of 16. Now that is its turn. Adok, your turn. Are you still conscious, Skathus?
5 left.
Right.
Yes. First and foremost, Adok gets up, sticks his hand out, commands his little cannon to start climbing up the hole.
What's its climb speed?
Well, it's got 15 movement
15?
speed, so it's halved, right?
Okay. Yeah. So it's going to take a couple. Probably won't get there till the next turn to be able to get up into the hole. So.
Yeah, got like little spider legs that you see it climbing with.
Cool.
Yeah, Adok uses the rest of the movement to get back up from the floor. Looks at the one that hits Skathus, and he is going to compact some black powder into his flute and cast Scorching Ray at a 3rd level, which is 4 hits.
Roll to hit 4 times, or is it saves?
It's roll to hit. Yeah.
Yep. So
I believe it's that one.
Yep. Roll to hit 4 times.
Okay. First one is a 22.
It hits. Second
one is a 6.
Miss.
Plus 8.
It misses.
So 14. Yeah. Second one is worse. That's it. Yep. Third one. Sorry.
So the final one.
3. Yeah. The spell always screws me over. And the last one is 15 plus 8, so it's like 20 something.
So you got 2 hits, 2 fails.
Yeah, great, fantastic. I'm so glad that worked. Jesus Christ. I hate this spell. Alrighty. So the first one is 4 fire damage. The second one is 11 fire damage.
So total of 15 fire damage.
Yes. Is it a size bigger than Adok?
It's medium.
Cool. He's going to use Fury of the Small in his rage to deal an extra 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. Just what you needed. As Adok summons up all his little man energy, puts it into the spell, and it dissipates in a burst of flame. Is that your turn?
Yeah, he's just going to look at Skathus and be like, "You're right, mate. Come on, get up."
Skathus, it is your turn.
And I get up. Assess the situation and sit back down.
He's not feeling too good, old Skathus. So, is that your turn, Skathus?
Yep.
Emilia, your turn.
Emily is gonna go back to Skathus. Let me help you. And
No more licking, please.
oh, you saw that. It's gonna drop a heal for 12.
12 points of healing damage to Skathus.
And then she's going to stand up, do a little bit of it, and not stand up. She's going to turn around and face the other thing that's there.
Yep.
And that's all she's going to do.
What's he going to do? No worries. It is now this guy's turn. Who attacked it last? I think Zedriel did, I believe. 12 will miss Zedriel. 22 will hit. 6 bludgeoning damage to you. It is now your turn.
Alright, she will try and smack it with the hammer.
Smack it back.
27 to hit.
That hits.
That's 13.
13 bludgeoning.
And I'm just going to do a regular. She's going to miss for a 10.
So 13 bludgeoning. It takes a bit of damage, but not quite as much as you hoped, but it definitely looks like it's been hurt. That's your turn?
Yep.
Next up is this guy here. But sort of, it's looking around. Emilia, this is on you. 15 to hit. Does that hit?
It does.
Does. 4 points of bludgeoning damage for you. And another 7 points of bludgeoning damage on the second strike. It is then going to move through to here. I need Emilia and Adok as it moves through both of you to make wisdom saves.
Protection from good and evil.
What does that give you? Advantage?
It's actually on the creature, so if it targets me...
It's not targeting you specific, it's just moving through you.
Can't be charmed says target is ready. It just says it's protected against Fae, Fiends, Undead, Apparitions, Celestials, all that kind of stuff.
I'll give you advantage on the save. Because it's just moving through you, it's not specifically targeting you.
Yeah,
so
cool.
we'll give you advantage on the save with the protection from good and evil.
25.
As a save.
First one was a nat 1. Second one was a 16.
So that's a save. You're lucky. You just saved. So you both don't take any damage, but that icy cold feeling as this creature moves through you and the pressure on your psyche can be felt. But you manage to stave off any injury. It is now back to you, Karnos, as this creature just phased away and moved through your friends towards the opposite end of the hall.
Just cheeky to skill here. Yes, I can. So I'm going to move right here, and then I'm going to spend a superiority dice and bait and switch with Adok the Grey.
So you switch places?
Yeah, it doesn't provoke opportunity attacks.
Yep,
and
I know it
what
well.
I say is I sort of grab Adok, throw him over my head as I slide under him. That's what I'm trying to sort of do with bait and switch.
So Adok, you go, and end up in the opposite place.
And the superiority die will add to Adok's armor class. It's either me or Adok, and I'm choosing Adok. So whatever I roll here, he gets on his armor class till he gets +7 into the end of my next turn. So Adok, you have an extra 7 armor class.
Holy shit. That's amazing.
I basically saved your ass. That's what I do. It's what I do. I'm a hero, man. And then I will make my strikes. 2 strikes.
Strike away.
So I'm striking right down center, like head to toe.
Yep.
Two-handed. Oh, it's a bit lower this time. 15.
Miss.
And spin around and do a strike through the center. 17.
That one will hit. The first one he just parries.
First one he parries. So 15 plus 12 damage plus a d8 extra radiant damage, in total being 16 radiant damage as I strike through this beast.
Is it all radiant damage?
Let me double check this unsword. It says yes, all radiant damage.
There's no slashing damage at all, it's just all radiant?
It's got the picture of radiant beside everything.
Cool.
Yep.
Good to know. So that will be that much damage instead.
All radiant damage.
All radiant damage, yep. So it's starting to look similar to the one you took down before. It's starting to flicker and static and move erratically. But it's still up.
And then Karnas will say, I've got this one if you guys want to move out. And leave it at that.
Bibble, you're up. Adok, you're on board.
I'm going to cast Firebolt at the one that, what's his face is beaten up because, stuff him. Is that actually still affected by Fairy Fly on?
No, Emilia dropped it, so no one's affected by it anymore.
Okay, cool. So, I mean, 89, 20, 22 to hit.
That hits. So lucky you didn't roll natural 1 again, because with that many people in the way, someone else is going to get set on fire.
Awesome. 11 points of damage to it.
I was hoping. 11 points. It's still up, but it's hurting.
Damn it. That's it.
That is your turn, Adok. You're up.
You said my cannon's not going to be there this turn, yeah?
It'll be up to the hole. Like it won't be able to crawl through it, but it'll be at the hole, so it'll probably be able to see through.
Right.
If you
Can
could
it get a line of sight on the
it'll
one
get a
near
line of
Zadriel?
sight that one there, but probably not that one. It'll be too much of an angle.
Okay. It's my bonus action fires for a natural 20.
What are you doing?
I got a natural 20 for the cannon.
I see firing at this one.
Yeah.
Okay. What damage is it? Force damage?
Yes, it is. And it's 2d8. So.
Natural 20.
So how do you do your 2d? So I roll. I'll just.
It's 16 plus a roll of a 2d8. So it's double what you normally would roll. So your dice is doubled. No, you maximize the dice. So it's 2d8, 16, and then you roll your 2d8. But don't worry about it because you don't need to. You obliterate this thing with
24.
I mean the 16 was enough to kill it. So with the force damage from this little cannon finally doing its due diligence, and the creature dissipates into nothingness,
and then
leaving one creature still alive.
As his action, Adok, after he's just been yoinked back, will try and swing round, and again with the leftover black powder, shoot at that one next to Zadriel with Scorching Ray.
What level?
Just the standard one because
Okay.
I'm so used to second level. So 3 hits.
Fire away.
First one, fucking hell. First one is a 12.
That will miss. Strikes the wall next to it.
Second one is a 14.
That hits the window, shattering the window out into the darkness.
Great, and I've dropped the dice.
He's throwing his dice on the floor.
Oh,
Floor dice.
yeah.
Floor dice.
One hits with a 23.
That hits.
Great.
What is the damage?
The damage is 11.
11 points of fire damage. It is still up. Remove your prone too, Adok, you're standing. Skathus, is that your turn, Adok?
Yep,
Skathus, you're up. You're sitting on the floor still.
The Skathus are not taking any more turns.
He's just sitting there hurting really badly. Emilia, you're up. Skathus is real beat up.
Can I see anyone else that's hurt?
Where you are, I mean, looks like everyone's taken damage. You can't really tell from the distance with the creature between you and Zadriel. Fibble probably looks hurt, definitely. Karnos probably not so much. Skathus is definitely probably the one that is most damaged that you can see.
fuck all in the way of spell slots left, so I'll just go for a nice basic first level cure wound on Skathus.
Okay.
Wait, just a second. Move myself to there. And then I'm gonna use it.
No problem.
Oh, nice one. Flat 12.
12 points of healing damage to Skathus. Anything
Yeah,
else
I'm gonna-
Emilia is going to do?
I'm gonna sit down next to him.
Okay. So that's Emilia's turn. Next up, the creature is going to. Ooh, I'm going to roll a d6 here. Odds. It's going to attack. Odds. Zadriel. Evens. It will be Fibble. Fibble it is.
I like to react and impose disadvantage.
What's the reaction called?
My protection.
Okay, cool.
My shield.
So that imposes disadvantage on an attack. Cool. So the first one will definitely miss with a 7. Second attack, however, will hit with a 20. So 7 points of bludgeoning damage. But that is its turn. Zadriel, it is now your turn.
I will smack it again.
Schmack it.
Hopefully. Nope, 13.
13 will miss.
25
25 does hit.
for 14 bludgeoning.
It is starting to look like the others did at low health, but it's still alive. Is that your turn, Zadriel?
That is my turn.
Kanos, you're up. Fibble, you're on board.
Alright, Carnos runs, see everything's going good here. All the way to here, whammo. I don't know why that did that, I just maybe held the click too long.
Held the click a little too long, yeah. That's all good.
And I run in as fast as I can, which isn't too fast because I have a limp. And I just drive the sword like through its. I assume it's facing Fibble because it's.
Yes, it just attacked him, yep.
So I drive it up through its side, and it's just pierced that sun sword right through into him as best I can, with a 27 to hit.
It
It's
hits.
the first hit.
It hits.
And I'm going to roll both hits as I swing around, and ooh, that's a
That's a
natural
natural
one.
one. Jesus Christ. So you got one hit, one miss.
One hit, but it's two-handed. Let's go in here, and it is a. I get to re-roll that because of my two-handed feat. Don't get to re-roll it again though.
No, you don't.
Plus the Sun Sword's D8.
So that's all radiant damage. At
14 radiant damage.
Describe the demise of this creature
As I
as
drive
you
the Sun
defeat
Sword,
it.
As I drive the Sun Sword up into it, I just look over at Zadriel and I'm like, I feel the radiant guidance of our Lord DM. And it just, as it dissipates, I drive through, I sort of spin it around over my head like Conan the Barbarian. You know, and I go, "Yet!" and I hold it out in a stance and then sheathe the Sun Sword.
And that is the end of our initiative order. So, in the aftermath of this particular event, you all look around at each other. Skathus, Emily are sitting on the floor. Skathus is looking hurt, extremely hurt. Zadriel's not looking much better herself, both being brought to unconsciousness during this battle.
I touch Zadriel on the shoulder and I say, "May the DM be with you," and I give her 5 points of healing with lay on hands.
No problem.
Thank you.
Before we go any further, just one quick thing. Skathus, you can now speak any tongue, but can no longer read non-magical text. So you can speak any language and understand any language, but you cannot read anything that is non-magical. And unfortunately, that is an indefinite dark gift. This one does not go away.
Okay.
So make a note of that. Zadriel. You gain... oh, this is not good. Not good for Zadriel. You gain a reduction to non-magical slashing, piercing, or bludgeoning damage. The damage reduction is instead sent to your next of kin.
Oh God!
If you are not, if you have no next of kin, the power stops working. So, would you say that your intended would be your next of kin in this instance?
I do have parents, so.
Oh, you do have parents? Okay, so the damage that you receive is a reduction in damage. It's not huge. It's only you get a reduction of a D4 on non-magical slashing, bludgeoning, or piercing, but that would be transferred to your parents or to one of your parents, whichever you decide. So there is a chance that one of Zadriel's parents is going to die during this campaign. That is also one that has to be cured at some point. Once whether you realize, you yourself would realize once you take damage of that kind where it goes. It's that effect you feel it in your mind. You know that you're not taking all that damage, and you'd know that it's going to someone you care about. You may not know exactly who, but once you receive damage, you'll realize. Just make a note of that. Does anyone need a pee before we carry on? Because that took a bit longer than I expected.
I'll be right back.
Okay, so anyone needs to go, take off, because I need to go as well. So we'll take a short 5-minute recess. We will come back. We're almost at the end anyway, but we'll probably go on, if Baz is all good, another half hour. 10. Sweet. So be with us, guys. We'll be right back. Satan, good to see you. Mondo, take care, my friend. Good to see you in the chat, buddy. I hope you are looking after yourself. But we will be right back. Right, I'm back, waiting on the rest of these guys to come back. We'll be in a second, but yeah, Mondo, take care, my friend. We're all thinking of you, buddy. But interesting combat. Well done. Whew. Do. Poor old Skathus. Oh.
Don't worry, Skathus is going to be saying something when they all get back.
Well, will Skathus be able to say anything? No. I mean, well, mind you, can speak all languages now, so.
Yes. I just can't read fuck all.
Well, you can't read non-magical text. So anything that's magical, you're able to read it. Just non-magical text, you won't be able to read.
Carlos is now illiterate.
Pretty much.
He's gone from being mute to illiterate.
You mean skathus?
Yeah, skathus.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, trash ban. I mean, skathus.
Is there a difference in between the two though?
Oh, shit.
So it was just Skathus and Zadriel that was made unconscious in that. I wasn't just making sure I'm not missing anyone.
Yeah, it's just them.
I think someone else to get close. How close did Fibble get? I know you're taking a bit of damage.
Yeah, I was down to 10 hit points.
Oh, yes, you got close. All right, everyone's back. So, again, you as you all sit or stand around, sort of catching your breath after dealing with these instances, the wall that had blocked you into this space slowly starts to retreat back into the space from which it came, slowly grinding against the wooden floor, releasing you from your entrapment.
Is everyone all right? Oh, you don't look so good now.
Can I not be the one opening doors now?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I don't mind doing it.
But you didn't open the door, you just went towards the door and yeah.
Went towards the door to open it. That's all.
Do you remember I was trying to tell you a story earlier on in the day? You know, I started saying, hey, when you go near something, you should, and you went, I don't want to hear it. So I was kind of going to tell you maybe you should search around first to check for trap indicative devices. Maybe next time you might stop and listen just a wee tad before you shut me down.
I just closed my eyes.
Zadriel is coughing up a bit of blood, holding her stomach. We should rest. Now.
This room here, with the door that kept on opening and closing through the whole combat.
It's haunted.
It's a haunted room. Like this one.
I'm gonna go in there and have a look around and see if that's good enough to sleep in.
Again, single room. As you move in, there's broken beds. It definitely looks like a sleeping quarters of some description. Empty torch sconces on the walls. Several windows. All windows seem to be intact. Dirty and dusty, but intact. Not dissimilar to the room that you'd previously been in, just a little larger.
And no holes in the wall.
And no holes in the wall now, no. So it would definitely serve its purpose. I mean, you're on the second floor. You know that nothing's going to possibly get up from the ground floor, maybe, depending on circumstances. But it definitely would be a serviceable room.
Yeah, so we shut the door. I'll cast alarm on it on the other side, so we actually wake up before anything gets to it. And yeah, we stay here the night.
Carlos would like to search the entire room for any type of other traps, and even out the door where they were, just to be sure that nothing else is going to go off.
Roll investigation.
And he would say, I don't know if one of you wants to give me a hand, but maybe we should look around for any other trap indicative devices.
Investigating for it?
Yes,
No
yes,
worries.
indeed.
I shall help.
Roll advantage, Carlos.
All right.
You sure you don't want me to do it? I'm probably pretty good at investigating.
21.
Those Carlos, it seems.
I do have pretty good investigative features.
So with a 21, you thoroughly search the room, and you search around the doorway and just outside the doorway, and you don't find any mechanical devices that would suggest traps in any way, shape, or form.
Even the one that was set the old block wall off, I don't find anything.
You don't see anything mechanical that would have set that off.
Odd, Mr. Stubbs. I cannot see anything of the mechanical wooden, geological, or type of nature that you might, or Adolk might know?
Yeah. Adolk's just rubbing his head and he's going, well, from what I can gather,
Did I hear that little bit of conversation?
Oh, you all would hear it.
So what you're saying, Carlos, is you didn't find anything that I triggered there.
Well, no, if it was a tripwire, it would have broken and it'd be done. Or magic, maybe magic?
I don't care anymore. I just need sleep.
Zadriel's popping off her breastplate, slumping down against the wall, taking off her shoes and falling asleep.
also,
Take watches.
just a note, there is a bunch of walls probably around the castle. Did anyone close the doors on the way up here?
No, everything's wide open, except for that door there. And I'm gonna go to where the hole in the wall is.
Yep.
So I think it's about there.
Yeah, about there, yep.
And that's where I'm actually cast the alarm.
You're going to cast it across the hall?
Yeah, it'd be in that area.
Okay.
Hold on, Fibble. Before you do that, I think I saw what looked to be maybe beds in the other room. Was that what we saw in there, Evil? Was that
Again, all the beds here are much the same state. They're pretty rough. Pretty well. It's been decades, if not hundreds of years, since this place was inhabited. So they're pretty rough looking, rotting mattresses, broken timber frames, all that sort of stuff.
salvageable blanket or two?
Possibly. Would say yes. Would say they'd be usable, but probably not any better than what you already currently have in your packs and that from your standard bedroll stuff.
Well, in that case, I wouldn't bother. We would have noticed that, so that's fine.
Carry on, my wayward son.
Actually, before you do that, just stay in here. I'm just gonna go outside for a minute. I'm going outside.
And Emilia leaves the room and shuts the door.
Skathus is in the room, yeah?
Everyone's in the room except for Emilia, who went out
Okay.
and shut the door.
Yeah. Adult, with the conversation about the trap, says, well, if I had to put my money on it, I'd say that whatever those apparitions were is also in control of this castle in a way. Kind of odd though. I mean, if that soot dragon thing at the start wanted us to help, I don't know why it's backfiring against us. But that wasn't fun.
That was extremely fun. That was the most fun I've had today. Did you not see? You went flying through a hole in the wall, and you crashed, and you wasted a ghost or something. It was awesome. You guys were all fighting heartily. I loved it every moment.
Skath would have fallen over asleep by now.
Yeah, well, you are fairly well exhausted, so yeah. So Skathus and Zadriel both slumped against the wall and have probably both fallen asleep at this point.
Not sleep yet, but you know.
Yeah. But
Drowsy.
look, getting there.
I don't really know about this hero business. I am definitely not gonna do this if I make it out of here. I'm running a shop is a lot easier than this. Carlos, I mean, like, I'm pretty banged up, but I mean, Zadriel, Skathus, they're not too good. I'm just gonna say, I'll do a watch. I'll try and stay awake as long as I can. I don't know about you, Fibble.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'll definitely do a watch.
I can take one. I
How
don't
about
know.
you? How about you do the last one, Z?
Yeah.
Might be wise to get her some rest, like you say, Fibble. She does the last one. At least she can have the rest up before. Do you all want to maybe utilize whatever bandages and that you have in your packs first before you take said rest?
Zadriel will bang her chest twice and finish off her healing hands for 15.
Yep, no worries.
I'm good.
And we'll just quickly switch over to Emilia. Emilia, what are you doing outside the door?
Taking a shit.
Ah, okay, I don't really want to know that.
I was totally expecting somebody to open the door and I was going to yell out, "Oi, close the fucking door!" Yeah.
So, okay, we'll just leave
Literally
you.
what-
We'll just leave you there then. So how long is Emily going to be out there for? Like an hour? I mean, I don't know how long it takes for Emily to take a dump, but
Probably not too long. With all the shit that's happened, it's probably coming out of me quite quickly.
well, I'd say probably Emily is probably past in the stage of her undeath. She's probably past shitting at this point, and probably squats here for a while and nothing happens. To be fair. Nervous pooping. Oh my god. With Emilia, it probably is nervous pooping. But yeah, after a time of non-successful pooping, what is Emilia going to do?
Emilia's going to then rejoin the room.
Hey, dog.
Mm.
Come here.
Alright. You're right.
Emilia looks like she's going to bite anyone. You kill her. Okay?
Yeah, that's kind of why I've got a couple of flasks of holy oil. I mean, I've only got one left, but
Don't second guess. Just do it.
yeah, I know. I've been watching her for a while. I was about to say, I should probably chain her up tonight.
Tell the others. Or Emilia. She knows what she is. Just limp back.
All right, group meeting, everyone. I think it's we've got to address the elephant in the room, so to speak. Not a literal elephant, of course.
Who are you calling now, man?
No, I mean it's not. Anyway, Emilia, just touching base, right? I can only speak for myself, but I feel that I have definitely noticed how you've been lately. And I mean, you know, if today was an example, you're not looking too crash, are you? Right? I mean, you just, yeah.
Haddock, make a perception check as you're talking to her. As now the sun has set.
13.
Emilia looks way better than she did the last time you noticed. Or any of you noticed, in fact. She seems more alert. Almost passive-aggressive in some ways, just in the way she stands. The way she looks around the room, especially those that have taken damage, those that are bleeding. She seems to linger on you in particular, Skathus, Zadriel, Fibblestib, those that have taken more damage than anyone else. Sort of just as she looks around the room as you guys are talking, she just sort of lingers there, not actually looking at you specifically, but looking at you, if you get my drift. Not looking you in the eye. She's definitely focused on you.
What's even more concerning, and feel free, anyone else to jump in whilst I'm saying this, is that during the day you seem lethargic, pale, starting to grow a bit of fangs, and now you seem completely fine right now, which is quite concerning. And you like to lick people, especially when they're injured, and suck their blood. I'm trying to say this nicely. I think it's best we chain you up tonight, yeah?
Oh, I don't know about that, A positive.
There's a reason why we got all those chains and stuff. It was actually to chain up Emilia.
Is that the case, B positive?
Not be positive. So try again. And no, that is the exact reason why we got it, because you're starting to become a little bit more like an enemy than a friend. No offense, but you are getting close to, just eating everyone. Okay.
Yeah, and if record goes to show, I mean, I for one have never trusted you from the start, so I'm just gonna put it out there. Nothing has changed. But I mean that sincerely though. Like, I mean, I think I've grown. You've helped. And anyway, I just don't trust you, right? So, Carlos.
Look, I mean, Emilia, I disagree and I agree with what they are both saying. I feel like for our safety, you should not be... I can give you blood tonight, right? Are you good with it?
Yeah, it's good, thank you. I need it.
There's a lot, I don't know what even that means, but it sounds like a name of some sort of bard group. Nonetheless, I can give you blood. I can draw it out now while everyone's awake, so he's no crazy.
And that's Carlos starts doing that as he speaks. He just grabs a dagger and the water skin he's been filling, and he just starts to do that. And he goes,
but every time I do this, it makes me feel weak, and the more I do it, the weaker I get. So I can only do it once a day. Otherwise, I'm going to start being useless to the team, and I don't feel like as a team player that we need to be useless to each other. Now, without being rude, I think Mr. Fibble and Mr. Addock are right. We probably need to, and you even said yourself, we need to make sure you don't hurt anyone, right? So, it's only in fairness that maybe we should find somewhere safe to chain you within this room that you can't hurt anyone else overnight. Otherwise, it's going to be like a witch hunt when you do something wrong, and we're all going to have to kill you.
I see what you're saying, but right now I'm feeling the best shape of my life. So I'm feeling like I'm not gonna feel somebody's main copy.
This
I'm not
is me gasping for breath.
So, I'm holding the blood bag, and is she reacting at all to the blood?
Yeah, she's definitely taking that off your hands.
yeah. So I drain as much as I can, hand it to you. And I'm like,
Yeah, but see, you still want this, right? This is you salivating for blood?
Oh, I'm definitely hungry.
So what happens when you finish this and there is no more to give? You start taking?
Oh, I'm sure there's always more to give.
Oh, there is that recipe that I found that may kill her or solve our issue altogether. By I don't know what the fucking thing's gonna do, but that might help. Hopefully.
It might.
And
looking around.
at the same time, I cast Healing Word on Karnos to seal his wound.
Oh, thank you. How much do I get? I actually really don't need it, but it's fine.
8 points.
Hey, that puts me exactly back to my natural ability amount.
Well, what are we doing for watches?
We're all watching you for the
Yeah.
entire night.
There's a lot of broken wood on the floor, is there, DM?
Yes, there is.
I think maybe we should all take a piece of wood and be prepared to stake Emilia at the slightest sign of crazy.
So we all take a piece of wood and then stake her right now because she's fucking nuts?
No, I meant anything more out of the ordinary.
Ah, okay. Well, okay. Really?
What do we chain her to?
Really? God.
What do we chain her to?
I'm thinking probably we got what 10 foot of chain on one set of manacles, and then we got a set of manacles that were linked to the feet and hand, if I remember right.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So what I'm thinking,
which I believe that Emilia has.
Yeah, Emily is carrying it all, which we're gonna change. This isn't gonna happen anymore. You're not carrying this shit. Someone else will. But yeah, I'm thinking we
chain it to me.
Well, no, because
No.
you're her natural food source.
But I can defend myself. She's afraid of this, and I hold up the sun sword without igniting it.
Not when you're sleeping.
No.
Hey, Carlos, can I just see that for a minute?
Do you want to see the sun sword?
Can you just hold it out, don't ignite it.
I
And
hold it.
Emily just wants to put the back of her hand on the handle of the blade, like
Okay,
the
I,
handle of the sword.
I hold it, but I'm gripping it because I'm. Carlos is at that point where he's like, is she trying to take this? And he doesn't ignite it, but he does what she asks.
Does it
Nothing.
hurt it?
Nothing happens.
Oh, yeah, sweet as. I just wanted to know that.
At the first sign of you doing anything crazy, I would light it up. And sorry, Zedril, you were saying no?
Does Adriel know what on her shield the days? Do you feel like she knows the days?
It wouldn't tell specific days. It's just a night day
Unless
cycle.
I counted.
Yeah, unless
Yeah.
you count it from the day that you came here. But it's definitely
No.
all you really know is the day-night cycle.
Ganas, we are not training you to Emilia. That is
All
like
right.
having a wine flask next to your hip. It's too tempting to take one drink of one and then another.
I see your point. That's actually a very good analogy. One I understand perfectly. Then we need to chain her to skathus.
Carlos, make a wisdom save for me, please.
I'm thinking we more chain her.
Say not to me.
Carlos, your knees buckle
Oh, my
And-
knees are buckling.
and you almost collapse. You're extremely lightheaded, a little woozy. Maybe
I don't feel
maybe
so
you
good.
drained a little too much blood this time. But the regular draining of blood nightly seems to have taken its toll.
Whew, okay, this ain't... what did you... When you touched the sword, Emily, what did you do?
Nothing. I just wanted to know if the handle would hurt me.
I light it up.
Emily is scurried backwards. Oh, yeah, that one.
I say, because I even though I've been draining blood for a nightly, I feel lightheaded, and it didn't happen until just after she touched the sword. So
Exactly, yep.
Carlos is just working with that.
I don't trust you, stand back.
And I would make it so she move myself, even though I'm feeling sluggish, buckled knee. I'd sort of scrooge myself over, well, right where I am by the door, so she can't come near the door. And I was
Yep.
like,
Fibble, Adok, I think maybe the chains need to go on.
Okay. Here's what I'm thinking. If you get manacles, you go around my ankles, and then go through wrist as well, but then go through them, so I'm sort of hog tied. And then I don't know, if you put my bedroll on top of me and put all the broken furniture on top of me, then I can't move.
What I was actually thinking about is using the manacles that actually have the foot leg one, or the foot hand one, doing that, locking her arms behind her, then doing the second one, and with the 10 foot of cable of chain wrapping that around her.
And then when she changes into a little spider, what are you going to do?
Well,
Squish her. I
Fucking
mean,
Jesus
thought that.
Christ, you're...
We have to watch her.
just step on her. Like,
Yeah,
really.
well,
I mean,
this is to allow us to actually, everyone else to get some sleep while one person watches her. So slow her down, not to
That-
stop her altogether.
Zadriel makes a point, though. If she can utilize her magics, even with one of us watching her, it could still give her a chance to escape.
well, then that,
And-
I guess, defeats the point of the manacles in the first place, doesn't it?
If there is no more trust with her, then why is she here? That's not fair. Emilia will have to prove herself. Or would
Damn it.
I?
Damn it, I hate when you're right.
Mm, I know you do. It's a lot, isn't it?
Do you want me to go?
No.
Well, I mean,
No,
hey, well, you know,
You are my
Alright.
friend.
During all this conversation, the room fills with hay, water, and some food as I cast the create food and water.
Nice.
I'd say we shut up and eat and then, go to sleep because...
So, watch order.
Yeah.
I
We
think
need,
Adolf
we need
and
three, at least three.
I'll do one of the watches, so maybe second or third for me because I'm feeling woozy at the moment.
Maybe third.
The third for Zadriel. Second for Karnos. Who's taking first?
Adolf can go. I was thinking more.
We can do
Adolf
4.
goes first. Yeah, I was thinking more. Adolf goes first. I'll go second. Karnos get a full night's sleep, and Zadriel take the last, because he's currently being a food bag.
And Zadriel's been a punching bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's okay.
We can take
Yeah,
4
and
watches. You
also-
can take 4 watches. It's easy enough to do 4.
But yeah, it's like trying to get skathus. Trying to get Karnos to have as much sleep as possible because of the fact that he is daily bleeding himself.
Makes sense.
I appreciate that,
Talk it out.
Mr. Stubb. I do appreciate that. If you're all happy for that, I will, but I mean, I'd be happy to split a watch with Zadriel, let her get as much rest as she can as well.
That would work too.
So
But-
you guys can do, yeah, just wake me up if
Yeah.
you need me.
If you take 4 watches, means the watches will be shorter.
Yeah.
This is going to sound odd, but I'd kind of like to have a watch with Evldoa. If you wouldn't mind.
I don't care. But you're going to be chained. That's just that simple.
This is because you want to give her flowers, Vibur.
Why do I want to give her flowers?
Karnos starts taking his armor off and beating down.
So, Adok's taking first watch, yeah? Fibble second.
Yeah.
Fibble and Emilia second. Karnos third, Zadriel fourth.
Emily is going to ditch all her armor, put it across the room, and let them chain her if they want to.
But do you chain her as she is willing to allow to be chained?
Yes.
Is that the group's
damn right.
decision?
Damn right we chain her.
Got to be a group decision.
Yep.
Tend to agree, I'm sorry.
Skathus is asleep, so he doesn't have a decision. Zadriel disagrees.
I don't like it, but I will sleep next to her, kind of thing.
I
So,
don't think it's about trust for her. I think it's about if she loses control.
Zadriel's opposed, but allows it. So Emilia is restrained, manacled hand and feet. So you'll be prone and unable to move. But you can still speak. You can still you're still able to sleep. It might be uncomfortable, but I mean you're probably not going to sleep anyway. Being that it is night time, it's your time of night now.
Yep.
So as people bed down, prepare themselves to sleep. Before sleep, however, Zadriel, you sort of you've removed your armor. You're not feeling the best. You sort of sit down and as you start to sort of just rest and think, you feel hands on your shoulders, just warm. Not like actual hands, but you feel the warmth of where like someone was just resting their hands on your shoulder, and comfort. Something a feeling you know reasonably well. Whenever you pray to DM or ask DM for favor, you get a similar sort of feeling. And as sort of you're all starting to sort of rest and get ready to, like, Adok's looking around, we're getting yourself set up. Zadriel, your wings appear just randomly, brighter, more radiant than usual, illuminating the entire room with a brilliant radiant light. something you've experienced a few times before in your life since becoming a paladin. Always seems to be on this day. A lot later than usual though. Maybe it's because of this place, Barovia. Delayed, diminished connection, you're not sure. But everyone in the room sees it. Emilia would probably even try and back away from the radiant light because it's extremely bright.
Do I wake up from it?
You're out to it, man. You are exhausted. You are out to it. You are snoring your head off. But the rest of you definitely see this. And probably maybe a slight look of confusion comes across Zadriel's face initially. But then she just seems to brush it off. But your wings remain out for 10 minutes, 15 minutes before they slowly fold back and dissipate.
I thought it was already past, but it is today. Oh. Is what she says.
Huh? What just happened?
Today is my birthday.
Oh, right.
They grow bigger.
Oh, yes. Oh, shit.
Adok, you're a bard.
Clip
Sing
that,
us a song,
somebody.
my friend.
Oh, I mean, like, I'm not. I read it for a book. Let's be honest. I can't even. Hang on. I'll give it a shot. I'll play a little bit
Yeah,
of
I
a
love this
funky
tune.
Ready? I don't know. Let's have a look. I think this is like a G chord.
Oh,
And maybe
okay.
this is like a C chord. Hang on. Is that happy birthday?
God, I wish I had command right now. Used all my spells.
Zadriel, even with the ear-piercing screeching of Haddock's flute, the one thing you do notice that's different on this time round is just the extra feel of warmth that's lingering that hasn't done before. And as you unconsciously you reach out and just grasp the handle of your hammer, clockwork hammer, and it too just glows in a brilliant radiant light that's not happened before. And as you sort of let go instinctively out of shock, it remains glowing for quite some time after you've touched it.
The DM is with us.
So you will add your extra radiant damage to your clockwork warhammer that we discussed in Discord.
Where is he?
He has touched my shoulders. He is here.
What? Where?
He was right here.
Oh, did he
It's
say
a-
anything about helping me out with my paladin abilities?
Yes, he did. Persuasion.
Insight versus persuasion.
I feel like I want to believe.
If you want Karnos to
22.
believe, yeah, you believe.
Definitely.
You believe everything.
Yes, you are
You're
doing well.
you're a believer through and through.
Yeah, he is here. He says we are doing well. So, I better get some sleep. I'm going to sit down.
And as the rest of you sort of not sort of fully understanding what's just happened, taking it for granted, it's Adriel's birthday. Things happen. Weird, but okay, she's a paladin. Eventually, all of you drift off, except for Adok and probably Emilia, who's probably in a very light state of sleep, but is aware of what's happening around her. We will call our session there, and we'll pick it up there next week. Well done, guys. Chat, welcome, and thank you for hanging out with us. A very interesting session tonight. Lots of clips coming out tonight. That last one was a doozy. Well done, Zadriel. Well done, Yanti. Perfect birthday clip right there. That's definitely going to be probably the highlight of the night for everybody. It's definitely my moment. Coming right at the end. It gets bigger, apparently. Anyway, we'll go around our players and get some other moments if there is any. I'm quite sure this one's going to be the moment, but we'll start with Adok tonight. A moment or two from you from tonight's session, good sir.
Oh, I've got a couple. I mean, I have to say, my number one is finally Skathus triggering a trap. That was for me.
I was waiting for it. I was like,
he's done it. Yes.
It's just, it had to be trashy. It had to be Skathus. It's too cliche not to be. It was awesome.
So that
You're
was
welcome.
was definitely a highlight. But second to that, I actually just enjoyed just throughout just watching Fibble, especially Fibble's interactions with Emilia towards the end. That's what I enjoyed the most. Yeah.
I think it's the most Fibble's talked through this whole campaign.
Yeah.
To be fair. Like in one RP session, I think it's the most he's ever said. Except for when he was tinkering, I think. About the only other time he speaks that much. Speaking of Fibble Sib, a moment from you, sir.
It was actually when Adok got tossed through the hole.
Yes. Goblin tossing.
Made me laugh because in chat, Cam put that Adok gets thrown through the hole and straight through the window.
I wish I'd read that. That might have happened if I should have made them make a strength roll. Natural one, he goes through the window, or a natural 20, he goes through the window. Natural one, he doesn't make it.
That would actually be fucking hilarious and just up to key with Adok's luck.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Gets thrown through the hole and then thrown through that. It's like, shit. And then just the typical nutness that we always have.
This is our RP group, guys. It just happens. I'm going to skip Emilia for the moment because I know you've always got a few. So, Skathus.
The birthday one, of course. The throwing through the wall. More the getting through the wall. Enjoyed that.
It was interesting, yeah. It's something I didn't expect, so that was something I sort of added in for flavour because, hey, I don't think many people actually have a cannon when they play these games, so the chances of getting through a wall are probably not an option anyway. So to have that kind of difference of combat is actually pretty cool. Anything else, Skathus?
No, that's it.
Garnos.
Yeah. I think I got a couple of moments, but I think the main thing for me was it was actually a player moment. When you were describing the dark gift for Zadriel, and you were like, "Oh, do you want it to go to your partner, or your significant other, or whatever you said?" And she instantly goes, "Oh no, my parents." And I'm like, "Oh, that shows a real life sort of choice, doesn't it? You know." No, I'd rather kill my parents before the person I met, even though I've lived with them all my life. And I just thought that was a real quick answer.
I didn't even think about that. That was actually
And Emilia's retort with, "I don't know about that, A positive." I cracked up out loud.
Yeah,
so.
I kind of expected that from Drax, so it didn't really shock me too much. Zadriel.
Oh no, she did have parrots. Anyway.
No, I just, you instantly went to your parents. That's it.
I liked when the trapdoor closes and Adok turns around to Carnos and goes, "Well, we survive. That's what matters."
I forgot about that, yeah. I forgot about that one.
And
It was great.
Emilia licking Skathus like a Tootsie Roll Pop and then healing him.
I think that's becoming a thing for Emilia. She's done it to Carnos now and Skathus, so they'll lickily split. Speaking of Emilia.
It's heard a few.
A lot of them have already said. Fibblestiff saying the method of taming a method. Yeah.
A method of taming a method, yeah.
The two artificers trying to mend the door while people are moving stuff to block the door.
That was actually well done. I thought, yeah, I thought
brilliant.
that was a pretty good moment. An interesting use of the cantrip of mending. I mean, they would have had to been casting it over and over and over again just to try and stop the door from breaking. But if there had been heavier creatures on the other side, they definitely would not have succeeded. But because of the type of creature, I sort of let it go and I thought, fuck it. It's a cool use of the cantrip, indeed.
Yeah. Karnos saying the chimney wing thing when trying to name the little dragon thing. Called it chimney wing thing.
There was lots of names thrown out there that were interesting.
And the Father Christmas reference.
Yes, definitely.
Adok attacking Bibble after being scared.
Oh, come on, I couldn't not do it.
Yeah.
I mean, his dark gift is he's more easily provoked into a fight or attacking something. That was the perfect opportunity. Flight or fight.
Then the idea of chaining up Emilia, and then someone said, "Oh, you should just wild shape and get out of it." And I was like, "Fuck, I never thought of that."
Awesome.
Yeah, sweet. They'll trust me if they chain me up. Oh, wait, you can just turn into a spider and get out of it. Damn it.
Yes, definitely. Chat, when Karnos said, "Here's Gobby," mine went to the Gobby hole. That was from Magic.
Yeah, I thought about it when I said it too, and I was like, oh, well. It's the closest thing to here's Johnny I could think of.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking saying the same thing.
Yeah, I was.
Were you?
I mean, what was running through my mind was "Here's Johnny" when the thing broke and you were talking about told him through there. I was thinking "Here's Johnny" from Shining was going through my head, and then when you said "Here's Gobby," yeah, my mind went elsewhere, 100%. Obviously, so did the chat. But yeah, I mean, yes.
Sorry, one more thing is when someone said for everyone to pick up wood, and then Yanti said in chat, "Yeah, Emilia likes wood."
Yes.
And it's just like stopped everyone.
That got me as well. But yeah, I mean, the two that stood out the most for me was obviously Zadriel's faux pas at the end, and just her reaction the moment she said it. The look on her face got everybody. Everybody lost it, and the whole A positive retort from Emilia, with the whole blood thing. But yeah, so another well played session, guys. Amazing role play as usual. Couple of near deaths, but you guys managed to pull through yet again. Skathus very close. He was down 2 death saves. So he was 1 death save away from not being able to return without a spell. So again, lucky, but you guys are doing okay. Which is good. Means that these encounters are balancing relatively well. And obviously, yes, the lightsaber, the lightsaber from Karnos. Dude, the moment you pulled that out, it was like, oh my god, I knew it was coming. Had to turn up sooner or later. But yeah,
doing it with my mouth.
I think it would work just as well that way too. But yeah, so obviously that's it for us tonight. Tomorrow is Pew Pew Thursday, so it'll be Rainbow Six tomorrow night for those who want to come and hang out and watch Chicken Rage again. If you want to come and join us, Cam. If not, it's all good. We're AWOL and probably playing, so we'll probably get into some customs hopefully. Friday, Yanti One's channel, Stormlord's Wrath, be there. Vilfun will return from slimy people, well, the snails and stuff. No worries, catch up, bud. Saturday, be no stream or anything like that. I'm away at Baz's place doing some D&D, doing a home game. And then back here on Sunday for Vampire the Masquerade. So from my understanding, Magic, you are required for Sunday. So we need you to be there. For those other part players, hang around if just in case. You never know what happens. Might be a phone call or a text or something. So Mina and Cam, you guys are normally in the chat anyway. But just in case, if you need to drop into Skype, make sure you're around. And yeah, so it should be pretty cool. Dates will be coming for the mini adventure. I'm not sure when that'll be yet, probably next 2 to 3 weeks, but we are going to raid, guys. For those that can hang out for a bit longer. Just give me 1 second, we'll see who we can raid here. We can finish up completely. If you got anyone that you would like to see me raid, chuck it in the chat. I'm quite happy to raid other people outside of my own follow crew. We normally raid the same dudes every week, so it'd be kind of cool to raid someone different. We raided these guys before. Got 9 viewers, been going for 1 hour 44 Aussies. Rat Brain. I don't know if we've rated these.
Don't sound familiar.
No, I'm not following them, so I would say that I'm not. We haven't rated them before, so that they're playing D&D. Good to me. Let's raid these guys. So we're going to raid Rat Brain. Make sure to, at the very least, if you're not, even if you're not going to hang out, chuck them a follow, give them some support the D&D community, and show some love from across the Tasman. And we will see you tomorrow night for some Pew Pew Thursdays.